A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, presents
X minus 1. The Martian Death March.
I've always been interested in lost causes. The revolt of the Scottish Jacobites against England, the last stand of the Cherokee and Sioux Indians, and the death march of the Martian Highlanders in 1997. There's been a lot written about that march. The UN Commission report covers 4 volumes, but the whole story isn't down on paper yet. I know it because I was on that march from the beginning to the end. There's one part of the story that no one ever mentions. The Martian Death March of 97 was led by an Earthman. Maybe you've been over the route of the march. There wasn't any highway there 30 years ago in 97. There was desert, hot, burning desert. I lived at the edge of the Calmac Canal then with my father. He was a prospector searching the surrounding desert with sonar probe and Geiger counter, scratching just enough ore from under the Martian sands to pay for our grub stake the next year. I remember he was in the Adamson digger in the North Quadrant when I came running out that day.
There's somebody coming, Dad, across the desert.
You sure?
I saw them. They're a couple of miles out.
Well, how many cars?
They're on foot.
On foot across the desert?
Honest, Dad. I saw them.
Are you sure it wasn't a light reflection off the canal?
No. It was dark against the sand.
I don't like that. You run back and get the rifles out. I've got to pull the digger into the shed.
Is there going to be fighting, Dad?
I don't know. I got a whole year's ore piled out back in the bins, and I ain't going to lose it to no claim jumpers. You go back to the shack and break out those rifles and see they're loaded, you hear? And jump.
Dad had 3 surplus Army rifles and a couple of homemade grenades made out of ore cans stuffed with Adamson A explosives. We crouched inside the shack, waiting. The shadow of the water tower in the doorway grew longer as the quick Martian dusk settled down over the desert.
And there they come, Al. There's 2 of them.
What's that on the first one's back?
Why, I haven't seen one of those in 20 years.
What is it?
A one-man desert tank. They used to carry water that way before Adamson put out the air-still units.
There's something funny about that second one. Look, he's all spindly, and his head's funny.
He's funny, all right. Al, that's a Martian.
I never saw one off the reservation before.
Well, there hasn't been one, not in 10 years. I don't like this.
Here they come into the dooryard.
You remember what I told you? Line up the sights and just squeeze the trigger.
Hello! Hello there!
Now, Dad?
Hello!
Wait a minute. What do you want?
Water! I need water.
Who are you?
My name is John.
John, huh? What are you doing with that spider?
His name is Cantalcar.
I don't care what his name is. What's a human doing with a Martian?
I found him in the dry bed of Calmac Canal, nearly dead of thirst.
He probably ran off from the reservation.
When our brothers are caged, they seek freedom.
Brothers? Those spiders?
All living creatures are our brothers, on Mars as on Earth.
Hey, wait a minute. Bert Olstrom at False Wells told me there was a screwball heads preacher over there hollering about letting the spiders loose off the reservations.
Let no man call his own, no man nor tribe nor nation.
I guess that's you, all right. Bert told me they called you Crazy John. I don't suppose there's any harm in you. Fill your tank up at the air still. And you can even have supper with us.
We would be happy to.
We? What do you mean, we?
Cantle Carr and myself.
That spider? Oh, no, I ain't having a Martian sit down and eat with me. You come on, though.
Thank you, sir. No. Where my brother is not welcome, I cannot go.
Well, suit yourself. Al, get the key to the water tower. Come out here.
All right, Dad.
And put away the guns. We won't have any trouble from these two.
The old man filled his tank at the air-still tower, and the Martian went through the ash pile for half-burned fuel brick. When we went in the house for supper, I could see them silhouetted against the fire. The old man with his wild hair and beard, and the thin, spidery arms and legs of the Martian.
Dad.
What?
Are all the Martians on the reservation?
Yeah. All but a couple of wild ones in the mountains up north. The patrol catches a couple every year.
Why?
Well, they murder people.
No, I mean, why are they on the reservation?
Because it's the safest place to keep them. They're pest assault.
How many are there?
Oh, I don't know. A few thousand. They keep dying off.
Why?
Well, they catch earth diseases. Chickenpox almost wiped out the whole gang of them 2 years ago.
Chickenpox? I had that. It didn't wipe me out.
You ain't a Martian.
I was born on Mars.
Well, I mean you ain't one of those spiders. Now eat your food. It'll get cold.
Okay. Dad,
Oh, what now?
were the Martians always on the reservation?
Well, since the Outpost 3 massacre, they have been.
What was that?
Oh, back before you were born, they lived wild in the mountains up north.
Were they fierce?
Fierce enough. Only place for them spiders, behind wire.
Yeah, it sure is.
Out in the dooryard, the campfire flickered at the base of the water tower. The first of the Martian moons had set. The other wouldn't rise for several hours. I could hear the sandpeepers out in the desert as I stood there. The old man and the Martian were sitting on the ground, huddled close to the fire. It gets cold fast on the desert when the sun goes down.
Is that you, boy? You can come up to the fire if you like.
My dad wouldn't like it.
All right.
But I'm not afraid of no spider.
No, there is nothing to be afraid of.
How come his arms are all skinny?
Ask him.
Does he talk?
Yes, his name is Cantle Carr.
It is, huh? Hello.
Hello, boy.
He talks funny.
It is not my language.
Why isn't he on the reservation? You can get in trouble helping spiders to escape.
No man has the right to imprison the innocent. They that are enslaved will be freed. They that are in sickness and misery will be comforted. They that are exiled in a strange place will be restored.
My dad says that spiders are treacherous, cowardly, murdering savages. That's what he says.
Boy, there was a time on this world when there were no earthmen, when the ships and the machinery of earth were unknown. Then the people of the highlands lived in peace. But today they are a handful, starving, dying behind the wire.
But the reservation isn't so bad.
Our home is in the mountains of the north, not the desert.
I heard a voice which cried out to me in the desert, "Go to your brothers."
Do they really call you Crazy John?
I have been called many things.
You really think we ought to let those old spiders off the reservation?
Boy, we die here in the desert. We die in the sun and of the sicknesses you have brought from earth.
That's 'cause Martians are just weak. I'll bet I could knock you down myself.
you could. We are a different people. We have not the strength of muscle of earthmen. But we will not stay here to die.
You won't get off the reservation. The patrol takes care of all that. They won't let any stinking old spiders out.
Even in the minds of children is planted the poison of evil. How long?
That night through the window, I could see the flicker of the old man's campfire. He was walking up and down now, shouting, singing hymns, verse after verse, his white beard catching the light as he passed behind the fire. The Martian sat slumped over, his thin, spindly arms folded across the huge barrel chest that had developed over the centuries as the air of Mars thinned and escaped into space. In the morning, I looked out, and they were gone. Looking back now, we wonder how they did it. The high-voltage wire around the reservation carried a fatal charge. The patrolman in the tower had 50-caliber machine guns. The desert around the camp was mined heavily. Yet, at dawn, August 7th, 1997, they broke out. I was down at the dried-up canal bed hunting sandpeepers when my father came running after me.
Al! Al!
Here I am.
Come on, back to the house.
What's the matter, Dad?
You shut up and run.
What is it?
The spiders busted loose. Bert Olstrom radioed in.
They come in here?
They're headed this way, the murdering devils.
They kill anybody?
6 patrolmen when they busted through the wire.
What are you going to do, Dad?
Fire a keg of Adamson A across the gate. You get in there and get the guns out.
I got the rifles and shoved a full clip in each one. Then I slipped a primer fuse in the homemade grenades and lugged them out to the porch. Dad was running lead wires back to a detonator from a half keg of Adamson A he'd set across the gate.
There. And that's it. Now, give me one of those rifles.
Will they be here soon?
You can see the dust over the rise. Murdering spiders.
What'll they do?
I don't know. Now, make sure you get a good sight, Al. Don't waste any bullets.
There they are, Dad. There they come.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up now. I want to get a good shot. Let him get closer.
Dad, that's Crazy John up in front. There. He's taller than the spiders. You can see his beard.
You're right. Oh, that renegade rat. He probably helped them break out of the reservation. Listen, Al. If anything happens to me, you ride out back to the shed. You can hide out in the empty ore bins till they go away. Now, you got that?
All right, Dad.
We're going to come in.
The spider's shouting something, Dad.
Probably a trick. Get down a little, Al. You're in the way. I got him clear now. Right in the head. Up a little now. Got him. Got him, Al.
Dad, look out. They've got guns.
Down. Get down.
Oh. Dad.
Get out, Al. Get out to the shed.
Dad, you're hit.
Go on. Those spiders are going to rush. Now get going.
No, I can't let you.
Shut up and get out of here. You hear? Get out.
I ran back through the house to the shed. Behind me, I could hear the Martians sweeping up to the dooryard. Then suddenly the ground shook, and I could feel the dull concussion waves hit my ears as the Adamson A exploded. I could hear the high, whispered screams of the Martians and the rattle of fragments on the metal roof of the shed. I dived into the empty ore bin and slammed the hatch almost shut. I sat there waiting. Then suddenly a shadow fell across the edge of light, and the hatch slid open on top of me.
You leave me alone. I'll kill you.
Boy, I've been looking for you.
Where's my dad? What did you do to my dad?
He's dead.
You killed him. You and those spiders. I'll kill you. I'll kill all those stinking murdering spiders.
They are our brothers, boy. Your father shot without warning, and the fire was returned against my orders.
You mean you weren't going to attack us?
Our brothers came in peace. They are going home to their mountains. We came to get water for the journey.
You mean you just wanted water? You... Dad!
John, The Earth Patrol will be following us soon.
We must go.
And the boy?
We'll have to leave him here with water and supplies.
No. The Earth Patrol would question him. We need the time. He goes with us.
They tore the Adamson air still from the tower and mounted it on poles. They piled our supplies in the yard and loaded them on their backs. And then they started. I marched with the old man at the head, and the column stretched out behind us on the desert. I turned to look back at our house, but the sun was behind it, blinding red. The old man pulled me around as he marched, his eyes fixed on the horizon, where far to the north rose the cool mountains that were the ancient home of the Highlanders. 14 of the Martians died the first day. They dropped to the side of the column when they could go no farther, and died. But the march went on. On the 5th day, we swung wide to avoid a mining settlement, but not wide enough. The miners were in ambush behind a pile of rocks.
I shall lead them home. Home to the promised rest. Home to the mountains. March forward! March forward!
And the march went on. We wound across the desert in wild zigzags, following the paths the old man had traveled through the years. Only once a patrol plane hovered on the horizon and then shot away. The days went on, the weeks, and the Martians died. They died of exhaustion. They died of the diseases we had given. And they died of thirst. The Adamson still could produce 27 units of water an hour, no more. And on that, they died of thirst.
Here, boy, here's your water.
But that's more than the others got.
Take it.
It's yours. You're giving me your water.
It will be provided to me. He that brings justice to his brothers will drink deep of the water of righteousness. He that... Drink your water, boy.
Across the desert, from the Calmac Canal to Fever Dip, past the towering mesas of the Higgins Badlands, across the dry sea bottoms they marched. On the 54th day of the march, we halted at evening. The air was thinner, colder now. The rations had long since been exhausted. I lay down to sleep, wrapped in the old man's coat. Early in the morning, before sunrise, I woke suddenly. The ground mist that had covered the desert the night before was lifting slowly. I saw the old man standing by the burned-out fire, the vapor swirling around his legs in the cold light of the false dawn, edging his wild beard.
Go back to sleep, boy.
I can't.
The end is near. I have led them through the wilderness, dry shod across the seas, and before us lie the mountains.
You mean we're almost there?
When the mist is taken from the eyes of man, the place of refuge can be seen.
You mean the mountains? It's over. We're there.
I have led them to their home, and I must go back to the desert.
You mean alone?
Even now, I hear a voice in the wind. Carry the message to the men of earth. Bring to this new world the message of the old. All beings created in the universe are my brothers, and he that harms my brother harms me. Goodbye. Goodbye, boy. You'll be safe now.
Goodbye, John. Goodbye.
The Martians found him 500 yards from the camp, dead. Now the mist rose, and before us towered the highlands, the tall green mountains and the cool sky. The march was over. Of the 7,000 Martians who started, 900 were alive. They gathered now on the rise of ground and faced the hills. Their thin bodies wavered as they stood, and some dropped to the ground as they stood there. But there was a light of hope in their large, staring eyes. Most of them had died, but they had died on the way home, and now the march was over. Then the patrol planes were spotted on the horizon, and within 10 minutes they had landed. The Martians stood silently as the squads piled out and set up the .50 caliber machine guns and the petroleum gel flamethrower.
All right, you spiders. Hands up and stay together. Gather in a bunch and don't try anything. Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Shoot the first spider that moves. And shoot to kill. All right, where's that boy? There was a boy reported.
Here I am.
You all right, kid? They hurt you?
No, I'm all right. John gave me his water ration.
Oh, the leader, huh? Well, I've got a warrant for him. Where is he?
There. He's dead.
Huh? Oh. Well, just as well. I'd hate to be him in front of a settler's jury.
What are you going to do to them?
The spiders? See those transport planes coming in? We're going to ship them all back to the reservation where they belong.
You can't. You can't do that.
What are you talking about, kid?
You can't take them back. They're home. John said they were home. You can't take them back. It isn't fair. I won't let you.
No,
I won't let you. I won't let you.
Hey, let go of me. Sergeant!
Yes, sir.
Peel this crazy kid off me.
All right, now, kid, take it easy. I must be shocked. Can't believe he's safe now.
Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, you spiders, step it up. Move along to those transport planes. It's all over now. You're headed right back to the reservation.
They separated them in groups of 50 and loaded them on the planes. 900 out of 7,000. And soon the first big-bellied ships waddled out on the hard sands and lifted slowly into the air, headed back to the south, flying over the trail of dead and dying who started on the march to the highlands, the march to home.
Don't worry about them spiders, kid. We'll take care of them. Come on now, kid. You'll feel better as soon as you get back to civilization.
I looked once more at the green mountains towering through the mist. And then, just before the motor raced, I saw John. Crazy John propped up against a dognut bush where the Martians had placed him. The wind from the south gave the wild hair and beard a rippling life. He faced the hills, the home and rest he had promised his brothers, as he led them through the wilderness of Mars.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was an NBC Radio Network production.
"4,000 miles from Los Angeles, a small rocket plane drifts on the surface of the water. 400 miles from Los Angeles, a small passenger vessel races southward at its none-too-good full speed. On the boat, Mrs. Gregory, Jerry, and Joan are waiting patiently in the radio room for news of Captain Bradford. But the captain and his companion are a little too busy to be sending any radio messages right now. When the girl submarine commander, who has joined the Gregory party, and Tex Bradford landed their stolen rocket plane on the position directly above Euclidia, they found that the Euclideans had made one unsuccessful attempt to escape and were planning another. In the rocket plane, the girl sits alone, looking anxiously into the water, down into the mysterious depths which conceal the underwater city of Euclidia.
Give me your hand here, Captain Bradford. No, do not attempt to remove your helmet in the water. Come aboard.
Well, that was quite a dive with only a helmet.
It was remarkable. Did you descend deeply enough for your purpose?
I sure did. Planted 2 bottles of that solvent of mine where they won't even dare to touch one of the submarine locks, much less open one.
That is splendid, Captain. Now I will not need to use more of my limited supply of magnetic bombs.
Good thing. We may have other uses for those little gadgets.
Do you wish to suspend your solvent over the surface lock at this time?
That's not what I'm sure. Finding these glass globes full of the solvent is a good deal like laying a mine. It's no fun to have to go down there and pick them up ourselves.
They are set to break very easily, are they not?
Yes, if they contact anything metallic. Naturally, I couldn't have them going off every time a fish swam into them, but I hung them where they would be touched by the leading edge of the lock gate the moment it started to move.
And at the surface lock, the procedure would be the same?
Yeah, just about. Though I think I put the bottles where they'd have to strike them to turn the valve. Without the valve to flood the lock, they can't use it.
Very good. Except, as you have noted, in an emergency, we might have to use that lock to enter Euclidia.
That's the trouble. We couldn't get any more than he could get out. Of course, I could try getting the solvent loose without breaking both bottles, but it wouldn't be any too easy.
I will do as you say.
Have to risk it, I guess. If we don't bottle them up while we have a chance, they'll finally get desperate enough to come out in spite of the flood that will pour in there. And some of them will make it.
Surely enough of them to cause trouble for us.
More important than that, enough water would get in there to drown everyone else in the colony. We want to do this without hurting anyone if we can.
Then I suggest we place your solvent to guard that airlock immediately.
Will it use all our gas to taxi over there?
Almost, but we have little choice.
Okay, let's go.
Very well. In a few seconds, we will drift over the location.
Well, don't worry about using the gas to hold us there. I'll take this line down with me. If you drift a little, I can get back easy enough.
I will hand the solvent to you after you are in the water, as I did before.
That's safest. Those 2 bottles ever banged together and broke, that stuff would eat a hole through this boat before we could move.
We are practically over the lock now.
Okay, I'll get out. Then you hand me the bottles.
Will you secure this line about your waist?
Maybe I'd better at that. I might run into a little surprise of some kind down there. They could be watching us, you know.
I presume they are, but I think you are in no danger from that. Everyone on Euclidia knows of your solvent, and they realize that any accident to you would flood the colony.
I hope they do realize it. Well, here I go. Wait a second until I get this line trailing freely in the water now. Okay. Pass out the bottles one at a time.
Here is the smaller one.
Got it?
And here is the larger.
Fine. Now keep this door open. Once I'm down, feel this line and keep it fairly tight. If I give you 2 quick ones, use some gas dragging me away from there. Don't wait to try and pull me in.
I understand perfectly, Captain. Here is your helmet.
These little helmets are pretty good at that. I'll make it as quick as I can.
Patricia Gregory to Captain Bradford. Hello, Tex. Waiting for your report. Patricia Gregory to Captain Bradford. Hello, Tex. Patricia Gregory to Tex Bradford. Hello, Tex. Waiting for your report. Can you hear me? Hello, Tex. Calling as you requested. Can you hear me?
Elaine Raleigh to Gregory boat. Call you later. Working now. Call you later. That is all.
I will wait for your call.
The captain should now be coming up. All is not well with him. There. 2 sharp jerks on the line. I will pull him to safety.
I'm all right, Elaine. Be with you in a minute.
I will help you with the line, Captain. Did you lose your helmet?
No. I took it off. Be all right in a minute.
Let me have your hand.
Okay, here I come. Oh, boy. Thanks.
Were you underwater long without your helmet?
Just about as long as I could hold my breath. Seemed like half a day, but I suppose it was about a minute.
You are very cold, Captain. This night air with that slight breeze and your wet clothes.
No, I'm all right.
You will go into the rear compartment and dress yourself in dry clothes immediately.
But we've got work to do. I heard those Euclideans say
What
that...
you heard them say can wait. I will be in a most unpleasant position if you become ill.
I guess you're right. No time. Look over there.
Captain, The surface of the water is disturbed over a large area.
Right, and that's what I heard them talking about when I took off my helmet to put my ear against the wall of that lock.
What is happening?
They're raising the island again.
Raising the island?
That's what they're doing.
If that happens, we are powerless.
Just about, as far as I can see. How long will it take them to get that thing above water?
The island was accidentally disabled and partially flooded during that artificial volcanic eruption. They will have to raise it very slowly. I would say 300 seconds before the ceiling of the island could possibly reach the surface.
That water's moving around a lot over there now.
Maybe nearer the surface than I calculated. I am sure, however, that it will take 300 seconds to bring the floor of the island above the surface, after we see the tops of the surface chambers.
And in 5 minutes, we've got to figure how to capture 300 people with a dozen exits to safety and all the arms and ammunition on Euclidia. And we've got just 2 little bottles of solvent.
I have a desperate plan, Captain. Will you risk it with me?
I'll try anything.
Then call your boat, quickly. Tell them what's happening.
What good will that do?
Our plan will probably fail. It is only fair to warn them what to expect.
Right. Bradford to Gregory boat. Bradford calling Gregory boat. Hello? Hello? I don't get them.
Try it again, and hurry. The island is rising.
Bradford calling the Gregory boat. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Bradford calling Gregory boat. Hello? Hello? Bradford calling Gregory boat. Hello? Can you hear me?
It's Tex. Yes, Jerry. Answer him at once.
Bradford to Gregory boat. This is a hurry-up. Answer at once.
Hello, Tex. Jerry Hall on Gregory boat to Captain Bradford. Go ahead, Tex. Go ahead.
Get all of this and get it quick, kid. We're going to have trouble. The island is being raised again.
Jerry, the island.
Yeah, they're raising it.
Did you get that?
Oh, Jerry, what is it?
Wait, Mother.
Yes, Tex. I got it. Raising the island.
Right. Elaine says we've got about 5 minutes to plan some way to stop them. If we don't, well, you're going to be running into trouble when you get here.
What are you going to do?
Let me take it, Jerry. Hello, Tex. Can we do anything?
Don't know what it would be. They're raising the island, and it looks hopeless.
We'll keep coming, Tex. Full speed ahead. Oh, Tex, we'll help if we get there in time.
Afraid you won't make it, Pat, but hold it. Hold it a minute.
Tex, what happened? Tex!
No use, Mrs. Gregory. I heard his set cut out.
There was water. I know I heard rushing water.
Yes, Mother, but we can do nothing.
We'll see if you can find anything wrong with this radio set, Jerry.
Oh, I'll try, Mrs. Gregory, but the trouble's on the other end.
And we can't do a thing to help them.
Guess not. And they're raising that magic island again.
I thought the island was destroyed accidentally in that eruption.
Perhaps they had a reason for allowing us to believe that.
Jerry, is the set all right?
It's perfect, Mrs. Gregory. Tex just quit sending, that's all.
John, run and get Mr. Johnson. Have him turn the wheel over to the quartermaster. Get him in here at once.
Yes, Mother. I will go at once.
And Jerry.
Yes, Mrs. Gregory?
Get the engineer and the skipper. Send them to me as fast as you can.
But what will you do?
Oh, I'll stay with this radio. Get those men in here.
You bet I will, as quickly as I can, Mrs. Gregory. Hey, Joan, wait a minute.
I am in a hurry, Jerry.
I know it, but wait a minute.
But, Jerry, Mother told me to hurry and send Mr. Johnson to her.
Yeah, and I'm after the skipper and McLeod the engineer, but a couple of seconds won't hurt anything.
What is it?
Well, I didn't want to say anything in front of your mother, but this looks mighty bad. Well, we'll never get there in time to rescue Tex and Elaine.
I feel that too, Jerry. Is there nothing we can do?
Not a blame thing from here. If we were in 500 miles of that blame magic island, we could try for it with this little plane lashed to the deck. But 4,000 miles, no chance.
Then if you are so helpless, why did you stop me? I should be completing my mother's orders.
Well, I've got a crazy plan, if you'll help me with it.
I will do anything.
Well, this won't help the captain a bit.
Oh, but Jerry...
Wait till I finish. It won't help the captain, but it will help your mother a little. Keep her from worrying for a while, and that'll be something.
Oh, yes, Jerry. If we can help Mother maintain her peace of mind, we will be accomplishing something.
Right, and here it is. Now, there's a little portable transmitter, a pack outfit in Texas cabin on this boat.
But what good will a radio do?
Will you wait till I finish this?
Yes, Jerry.
Well, as soon as I send Mac and the skipper to your mother. Hey, wait a minute. Here's the skipper now. Hey, skipper.
Aye.
Mrs. Gregory wants you and McLeod in the radio shack right away. Will you please tell Mac?
Aye.
And hurry it up?
Aye.
Now, your message to Johnson can wait a minute. Here's what I'll do. The minute those men are out of sight, and you get Johnson in the radio shack, come running to Texas cabin. I'm going in there right now and set up the pack transmitter.
What will you do with it?
Well, you can sound like Elaine, can't you?
Not very well, I'm afraid, Jerry. I have never learned to speak easily, as you do.
All right, I'll fix that, too. I'll fix the microphone so your voice will sound pretty bad. Mrs. Gregory won't be able to tell who it is. Now, I want you to pretend to be Elaine. You're sending your mother a message as if Elaine was the
But
sender.
what can I say?
Oh, anything. It doesn't matter. Just so your mother thinks Tex and Elaine are still afloat and doing all right. You can say that everything is all right, only that you'll be too busy to talk for a few hours.
Excellent, Jerry. I will say that the captain and I are too busy for radio communication, but all is well, and we will send further information when possible.
Ah, now you've got it. Hurry and send Johnson to your mother. Then run for Tex's cabin, and the minute you get there, we'll call us both, and you can cheer up your mother.
The magic island of Euclidia is rising from the sea. Not so long ago, the Euclideans submerged the island, taking it down to the bottom of the old volcanic crater and making everyone believe it had been destroyed. Now the island is coming out of the water again. This brings a very real danger to Captain Tex Bradford and Elaine Raleigh, who are attempting to imprison the Euclideans in their underwater city. When the island is above water, G-47 and his men will have more openings for escape than Tex and Elaine can watch.
How's it look to you now, Elaine?
The island is rising very slowly, but the tops of the defense chambers are showing above water.
At that rate, we'll have a couple of minutes to work in.
And what can we accomplish?
I'm not any too sure, but we've got to do our best to keep those fellows from getting loose.
You have only one charge of your solvent left. Is that correct?
That's right. Only one.
Then that may be used to guard only one exit. And when that island is above water, there are at least 8 openings through which the Euclideans may escape.
Oh, I know it, but we'll have to run a bluff of some kind.
I do not understand fully what you mean by bluffing. But this is the time to be sure what you are doing.
Yes, if you can be sure, but when you can't, bluff.
Then bluff quickly. The island is rising.
We got enough compressed air to taxi us around to the other side of the island?
I think not.
It's our only hope.
I will try to cross the island. That is much shorter.
Well, sure it is. But if the island comes up before we get across, what then?
Our position will be no worse than it is now.
You're right, Elaine. All right, give it all you've got.
The jets are wide open. The air supply is diminishing very rapidly.
We're getting across the island, too. Hey, look out.
I will not strike that defense chamber.
Can't open the doors to those things until the island is completely above water, can they?
Not without flooding the entire lower level of the island.
Good. Now, when we get to the other side, say, we're scraping on the surface again.
It will be a very narrow margin, Captain, but I believe we will be over the side of the island before we are held by touching it.
Let's hope you're right. We made it.
So I believe.
Now cut your rudders or on hard. We've got to get right back beside that elevator housing before we lose headway.
It will take only a few seconds to complete our circle.
Things coming out of the water mighty fast now.
What is your plan, Captain?
Well, now look, we'll want to stand by as near the elevator housing as possible. Near enough that I can reach out and break those bottles of solvent against the elevator door.
I see. Then that will allow your solvent to eat down through the surface of the island, and the ocean will flood into that elevator shaft.
Right. And if I remember the layout of this island, they can't shut off that water before it reaches the power rooms and puts the whole island out of commission.
That is correct, Captain. Water going into this shaft will flood the entire island, forcing anyone within it to take refuge in the main city of Euclidia.
That's what we're going to try to do, Elaine. And that's our only chance. When one of those doors opens, we'll warn whoever comes out that if they attack us or attempt to advance towards us, I'll break these bottles over the elevator housing, and the solvent will eat its way into the island in 5 seconds.
An excellent plan, Captain. With the Euclideans driven back into the main city, we will have only the surface airlock to watch.
Right, and we're going to have to do something pretty soon. Looks as if that island is about on top.
It is now in position. Any moment we may expect to see a door open in one of the surface chambers.
Well, I'll hold on to the side of this pier with one hand and hold the solvent in the other.
Is there no way in which I could help you, Captain?
Afraid not. There's not much room in these little doorways.
Look, the central control chamber.
Yeah, the door is opening.
One of the Euclideans is coming out on the surface.
Well, I'll stop that. That's all for you. Don't come any nearer.
And what will you do if I advance upon you?
I'll break these bottles of my solvent against this elevator housing. I'll flood your island.
That would be very foolish, Captain Bradford.
Well, that's what I'll do.
Try to find out what Thales has in mind.
Suppose I break this bottle now. What will you do?
Do you not see the large ray gun protruding through the wall of this chamber at my side?
I'm not afraid of your ray guns. You ought to know that those rays won't penetrate one of your own boats.
This ray will. We will use the metallic ray on you.
What's the metallic ray, Elaine?
It will melt the metal of this plane as if it were wax.
Well, Thales, looks just like we stand here and look at each other for a while.
You will lower your solvent carefully into the water and release it.
I will not.
Then we will turn the ray on your plane.
Go to it. And when you do, I'll break those bottles on the elevator shaft. If we sink, we'll take this island with us.
It will mean your life.
And without us on the surface to open these locks for you, it would mean the life of everyone on Euclidia.
Thales seems to be uncertain.
I thought that might stop him for a minute.
Yes. He's going inside the chamber and closing the door.
That gives us a little breathing spell.
Your position is most uncomfortable, leaning far out the door with your arms extended.
Well, my arms are getting a little numb.
Why not use this respite to relax for a moment? Place the solvent on the floor of the plane.
Afraid to. I bet you they're watching us right now. And the minute I take my arms in, they'll blow this plane to pieces with a metal ray.
Yes, that is quite likely. However, you cannot maintain that position indefinitely.
Maybe not, but I can get out into the water and hold these things here a long time. Then when I get tired, you can get out and hold them.
Even so, that will give us only a few hours. It is well after noon now. In a few hours, it will be dark. Then the Euclideans can attack us easily.
I know it, but I want those few hours. Now, if you'll hang onto that arm so I don't bump those bottles against the island, I'll slip out into the water.
Very well, Captain.
Easy now. Don't bump those things together.
I will be careful.
There we are. Now I'll keep floating here where I can support myself on the plane. We'll hold out until night at least.
Patricia Gregory, calling the plane. Gregory boat to Captain Bradford. Hello, Tex. Hello, Tex. Can you hear me?
Gee, Mrs. Gregory, you can't raise them at all now.
No, Jerry. I can't raise them at all.
Well, Joan and I went in and tried that little portable set in the captain's cabin. We thought maybe this set wasn't working just right.
Yes. I know what you and Joan did, Jerry. And even though it didn't fool me, thanks a lot for a grand gesture.
Huh?
Now, Jerry.
Honest, I don't know what you're talking about, Mrs. Gregory.
You don't remember having Joan use that portable transmitter, call me here, pretend to be Elaine, and tell me that all was well?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we didn't do so well.
It wasn't your fault, Jerry. Joan couldn't conceal the Euclidean training in her voice. Elaine has moved more often in the world, and she speaks as we do, with very little effort.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
We all could have thought of a lot of things, Jerry. And like yourself, we thought of them too late.
Oh, now, Mrs. Gregory.
I know what you're going to say, Jerry. And it's fine of you not to blame me for this. But after all, I started the whole thing, looking for Joan. And I gave my permission for Tex and Elaine to attempt this wild flight.
But, gee, Mrs. Gregory, we don't know for sure that anything's happened to them.
Possibly not. But it's nearly dinner time. And in a few minutes it'll be dark. And we haven't had a word from them since early morning.
They said the island was being raised again.
And that would mean Tex and Elaine captured. Or worse.
Well, they wouldn't hurt Tex any more than they'd hurt any of us.
But this time it's different, Jerry. They'll have Tex's formula. There won't be any further reason for them to treat us kindly.
Well, quit worrying about it for a little while.
I'm sorry, Jerry. But I can't take it as calmly as you do.
Well, that's what I mean. Be calm, like me.
You don't realize that you've twisted all the buttons off your shirt.
Huh? Well, how did I do that?
Oh, just sitting there calmly, twisting the buttons.
Yeah? Well, I'm not doing any better than you are.
Have you received any word as yet?
Come in and close the door, Joan, dear.
Yes, Mother. You look very worried. What has happened?
Nothing. Plenty of it.
That's just the trouble, Joan. Nothing has happened.
What have you been doing?
I have been in the pilot house with Mr. Johnson. He says we have made unusually good time.
Good time?
It seems to me that we've been crawling.
I do not understand just what has happened. But Mr. McLeod, the engineer, who has done something to the motors. And we have been going much faster than is safe for this boat.
Good old man.
Yeah, the boat holds together.
The motors are making a terrible noise, and I suppose it isn't doing the boat any good. But if we can arrive there by noon tomorrow, well, we may be in time to do some good.
Mr. Johnson says we will arrive at the position of Euclidia at daylight.
Daylight?
Why, Joan, that isn't possible.
I thought not. But we are within a few hours' run of the island.
Oh, if Tex could only know that. It's getting dark, and they'll be in some terrible position there with darkness coming on. And Tex will be figuring that we're 18 hours away.
Daylight's only 12 hours away.
Mr. Johnson said we would arrive in 12 to 13 hours.
Those 6 hours would mean a lot to Tex, if he's waiting for us.
If he's waiting for us, you know he's waiting for us.
No, Jerry. I can only hope that he's still waiting.
Now, Mother, that feeling will not help.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're both so cheerful, and it all seems so hopeless.
We could try him again on the radio if you want to.
Yes, Mother, we will try again.
Very well. But we've been trying for hours.
Well, maybe they're just too busy to answer us, or maybe their radio's too weak, or maybe they've gone on to the island to capture it.
Or maybe a great many other things. But you don't believe it any more than I do.
Oh, all right. I'm scared about what's happened to them, but let's try the radio anyway.
We may as well. Patricia Gregory to Captain Bradford. Gregory boat calling Bradford. Hello, Tex. Pat calling. Hello, Tex. Can you hear me? We are within 12 hours of you. Can you hear me? We will be there in 12 hours. Hello, Tex. Hello, Tex. Oh, it's no good.
Sure doesn't seem to be, but... Well, let's keep the receiver open anyhow.
Oh, do as you like, Terry. I'm going out and walk around the deck.
Do you wish me to come with you, Mother?
No, Joan, dear. I want to walk quietly, all alone. I'll feel nearer to Tex. Outdoors. He's outdoors, too.
Gee, Joan. Your mother's sure down in the dumps, isn't she?
I do not understand down in the dumps, Jerry.
I mean, she's feeling bad.
Oh, Mother is very hopeless.
Well, I feel the same way. But I thought if we acted cheerful, it might make it a little easier for her.
Our radio message from the other cabin did not deceive her, did it?
Not for a minute.
I thought it would not.
If only we knew what Tex was going
Jerry,
to do.
the radio
Gregory, standing, island, guard, sinking, hurry, few hours, will sink. Gregory, hurry, Bradford, sinking, hurry.
Oh, Jerry, that was Elaine.
Yeah, and she and the captain are in trouble.
Serious trouble. They are sinking.
Maybe they meant the island.
No, Jerry, their plane is sinking. Elaine said hurry.
Well, look here, Joan. No matter what happens, don't tell your mother.
But, Jerry, she...
No, Joan, not a word to her. We'll tell Johnson, the skipper, and the engineer, and they'll break this boat trying to get up to there. But it won't help her to worry your mother anymore. And maybe we'll be in time. Elaine said sinking. She didn't say sunk. And there's plenty of hope for some good luck between sinking and sunk.
The program you are about to hear is largely fiction, science fiction. We make no guarantees, however, how long it will remain fiction.
Exploring Tomorrow. And now, here is your guide to these adventures of the mind, John Campbell, Jr.
The philosophers down the ages have hassled a long time and with many words about the good, the true, and the beautiful. The true, well, that can be defined pretty objectively. But there's a peculiar thing about beautiful. What is beauty? And in whose terms? Makes it difficult.
With the story of The Adventure of the Beauty Queen, which stars Miss Charlotte Sheffield, Miss United States of 1958.
Beauty is a much more complicated problem than the question of truth, actually. A truth is an eternal thing. If it's true, it's true, and that's that. But beauty is appropriate. It changes as the situations change. It changes with time. I wonder how our own concepts of beauty, that is, our human race's concepts of beauty, will change as time goes by. Let's suppose that a famous young woman of our time, Miss United States, if you like, is awakened in her sleep by an alien presence, a strange force she feels but cannot see. It's something she knows is there.
Who are you?
You know I am here.
Yes.
Can you see me?
No.
Nor can I see you. But I am conscious I am with you.
Yes, of course.
No, it's real.
Who are you?
A man who in your terms belongs to the distant future. I am unborn in the way you think of it. And to me, you have been dead over 1,000 years. Were I back in my own orbit.
Someone's playing a joke.
No. This is no joke. But please, don't be afraid. I mean no harm.
You're dead 1,000 years. Whoever you are, what are you talking about?
Listen to me. Try to understand. I belong to a race of scientists. In simple words you can understand, we have a device which enables us to project ourselves into the past. You belong to the past. Do you understand?
Yes.
The device has made me conscious of you for a long time. I have used it to explore the past, and in these explorations, I have searched for the highest form of human beauty.
How do you know whether or not I'm beautiful if you can't see me?
The device tells me you're beautiful. Beauty, real beauty, is a force that transmits itself, that can be picked up by a form of radar. Please understand, I'm only using terms I think you can follow. In my own orbit, I would not even talk to a child in such simple terms.
Go away. Please go away.
I can't. I'm in love with you.
What?
In love with you.
In love?
Yes.
Oh.
Very much. Is it funny?
Oh, yes.
I don't think it is.
But it is.
Do women of your time always laugh at a man's love?
Oh, don't be silly. I wasn't laughing at you.
Well, then at what?
I just thought it was very funny. The idea of your being in love with a blip on a radar screen. After all, that's about what I am to you, isn't it?
Oh, no.
It must be.
No. The radar screen, as you call it, simply picked you up, pointed you out to us.
Us?
My associates and I.
Oh.
I felt very strongly drawn to you. I convinced my associates to conduct further experiments, actual contact with someone out of the past. You. I had to know you. I had to come into orbit with you.
Look, don't you think this joke has gone far enough?
Well, I told you this is not a joke.
Of course it is.
Well, you know better.
Oh, don't you suppose I know what's going on? Well, I should have thought of it a long time ago.
What is going on?
Why, it's very simple. Someone installed a radio pickup in this room. And you're talking to me through a microphone.
Talking to you?
You are, aren't you?
Oh, no.
What do you mean, no?
I'm not talking to you in the way you think I am. I'm projecting to you.
Oh, please stop this.
It's not your voice I hear. I'm receiving impulses from you, not actual words. The device I mentioned interprets the nature of your impulses, translates them into my language. It does the same for you.
It's true. I don't hear your voice. Not as a sound, I mean.
You begin to realize.
Oh, please stop.
No, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. You must be insane to say that. I'm scared out of my life. I want to scream. I'm afraid to. I'm not even sure I'm awake. I'm not even sure I'm alive.
You're alive. In your century. Now, understand what I'm telling you. In a moment, you'll be drawn out of your orbit, projected into the future, into my orbit. I want to see you. I want to see if you're as beautiful as your impulses say you are. If you are, I'm afraid I'll keep you where I am in the future.
No, I don't believe any of it. You're mad. Whoever you are, you're quite insane.
Are you receiving me?
Yes.
Don't be afraid. You're in limbo, on your way into my orbit.
Exploring Tomorrow continues in just a moment.
All of us, as American citizens, believe in our inherent liberties and freedoms, such as the freedom of the individual to choose and elect his own national representatives.
It has been said that there is only one ruling class in America. The people themselves, who, through their vote, have established the law of our land. The real importance of this freedom depends on our accepting the responsibility not only to know what we are voting for or against, but also to choose our leaders for the best interests of the nation. So, accept your responsibility and ensure your freedom.
Of all things men have discussed and considered today, time is the one of which we know least. We know how to travel in space, and recent physical work has indicated that actually things can travel backwards as well as forwards in time, but we know nothing about it. And one of the things that would be strange on this, how long does it take to travel through time? When you are traveling through time itself, how long does it take to go from now to then? How long was Miss United States in that limbo before she was there?
I'm talking to you. I'm projecting to you. Are you receiving me? Are you afraid?
A little.
Not as much as you thought you'd be.
No.
Have you any idea of where you are?
I'm in a room. That's all I know.
I'm in the next one. We're on the 500th floor of the Institute of Technical Research in the city of Columbia. In your century, I believe you called it Washington.
Washington?
You understand, this is America.
I'm glad to hear that, at least.
Yes, I can see it relieves you.
You can see me?
Very clearly.
And am I?
Are you what?
Well, what you expected me to be.
To some extent.
Do you find me unattractive?
Alien.
Alien?
Different.
Yes, I know the meaning of the word.
At first, I was conscious of a sense of shock when I first saw you.
At least you're frank.
Well, I'm a scientist.
Do you find me ugly?
I said alien. Of course, I knew you would be. I didn't expect you to measure up physically to our standards. The human form has improved a great deal since your century.
But why? Was there a reason?
Man-made reasons.
Can you tell me?
Well, it began with interplanetary wars conducted by the nations of the world. The struggle to build empires in outer space on other planets.
When was this?
Oh, not in your century. You saw only the first feeble attempts to explore space.
Yes, I suppose our attempts are feeble.
Well, the interplanetary wars did a great deal of destruction, particularly on this planet. Precious documents, books, records were lost. But there was another result. The atmosphere of the Earth became charged with radioactive matter. For a while, it looked as though the human race had become extinct, but it didn't. The human body acclimated itself to new atmospheric conditions and flourished again. But by that time, our physical form had changed. It changed for the better. And today...
Go on.
Well, today, the human form is the most beautiful creation has ever seen.
And by your standards, I am something of a shock to you.
Your physical form was, at first, yes.
Am I very different from the women here?
Very different.
To you, they're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Would I find them attractive?
I don't think so.
I might.
Oh, no.
Why not? If they're so beautiful, I mean.
Well, your conception of beauty is not ours.
I understand that, but...
But what?
I don't know. I was going to say that beauty is beauty, but that wouldn't make any sense.
No, the concept of beauty is what matters.
But you said beauty is a force. It radiates.
The inner beauty radiates.
I understand that, too.
Well, how do you think of the universe?
Oh, I think I associate it with God. Identify it with the divine mind.
I'm surprised.
The universe is a reflection of God.
Now I begin to understand why, in spite of your physical form, your beauty reached me. And it has nothing to do with your looks.
I wouldn't be very gracious if I didn't say thank you.
I'm going to keep you here, you know, if I can.
I don't think you quite mean that.
I mean it in every sense. I want you now to remember what I've said about the change for the better in human form. I'm going to open the door to your room and come in. Now, please keep in mind that I do not look as the men of your century looked, but also remember that here I'm supposed to be a reasonably good-looking fellow.
I would like to see you.
Well, you will in the next few seconds.
That which is beautiful and befitting, appropriate, depends on the environment it's in. The future people have had to undergo some rather complete changes to meet the environment that, shall we say, we, their ancestors, had imposed on them. A little too much radioactivity. And that which was beautiful is no longer befitting. The thing that is now befitting we might not think of as particularly beautiful.
Is it so bad?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I should not have exposed myself to the shock you feel, to the revulsion you feel at the sight of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I should have known.
Forgive me. I just can't look at you for a moment. I have to adjust.
There's a window behind you. You can look out.
Oh, thank you. Please, don't resent me.
No, I was just wondering if you have any idea how incredible to me your revulsion is.
Yes, I think I have an idea.
You must overlook what sounds like vanity, but I have to repeat what I told you before. I'm supposed to be more than passably good-looking.
Yes, I understand.
But you can't stand the sight of me.
Give me a moment. Are you looking at me?
Yes.
Does it still hurt you?
No. No, I'm too conscious of your inner beauty.
I'm very grateful.
I'm curious about something.
Yes?
Are you conscious of any of my impulses?
I think so.
Do you find them hostile?
No.
Alien?
No.
Do they cause you any fear?
I don't think so.
Well, forgetting how I appear to your eyes, do you like me?
Yes. Yes, I think you must be a very nice person.
The curious thing is...
Yes?
I was going to say, the curious thing is I'm still in love with you.
You mustn't be.
Perhaps love is a dimension.
I don't know. I'm too confused to think about it.
Or perhaps it's an orbit we enter or leave. I don't know either. It was just a thought.
You can't examine love through a microscope, can you?
Well, it's been exposed to every kind of study for centuries. Even the people of your time knew its reactions to be purely chemical. Of course, your poets didn't agree, but then neither do ours.
Do you have poets?
Oh, yes, we have them. They resist us. They call themselves the last human barrier against science. They refuse to understand what basic science is.
What is it?
Well, isn't it man's eternal craving to find out more about the universe, or the divine mind?
Let me go back.
Go back?
Please.
How can you even want to go back? Look, what do you see through that window? Nothing but beauty. Miles of emerald green fields with cities that sparkle like diamonds rising out of them. Nothing but prosperity. Prosperity and peace. And you want to go back to your miserable century?
To my people. To my own people. I belong with them. I don't belong here.
I'll tell you something. We're being observed, listened to by my associates.
Observed?
Well, the final decision must come from them. I'm as much a part of this experiment as you are, even though it was my idea. My idea. now that we've succeeded in drawing you out of your orbit into ours, I don't think our science will release you. We can learn a great deal from you about the things of your century. Besides, I love you. I want to keep you here.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. Dream. That's all it was. It's all it was. It couldn't have been anything else. It couldn't have been.
There are parts of beauty that are eternal, that are not like the physical that changes, but the beauty of a true and honest personality. This sort of beauty, that will endure. There are things that you can rely on as time goes by. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. On this you can rely. The only thing is, the definition of man and woman will tend to change with the passing of ages. But the fundamental things apply. An honest man and an honest woman. These we need forever.
Join us for a fascinating adventure in Exploring Tomorrow. Heard in our cast tonight were Brett Morrison and the real Miss United States of 1958, Charlotte Sheffield. Script was by John Fleming. Produced and directed by Sanford Marshall here in New York. Guy Wallace speaking.
We pause now for station identification.
Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Guys, look! It's a plane! It's a plane! It's Superman! And now Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who has come to Earth with physical powers far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, who can bend steel in his bare hands, race a speeding bullet to its target, and who mingles with ordinary men disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Returning home from the south on the Atlantic Railroad's cracked Thunderbolt Express, Kent and young Jimmy Olsen run into a mysterious adventure. A moment after they notice two automobiles racing along the highway adjoining the railroad track, a package containing $5 million in stolen crown jewels is hurled through the window of the compartment adjoining theirs, a compartment occupied by a young girl. Kent, unseen, recovered the jewels, and suspecting they were hurled from one of the speeding cars, flew back along the tracks to see what he could learn. In the meantime, the Yellow Mask, international criminal who is after the gems, has boarded the train, questioned the girl, and learned that Kent and Jimmy occupy the next compartment. As our story continues today, Jimmy, alone in the compartment with only the porter, stares at the dark, menacing figure of the Mask. Listen.
Thought that it was Mr. Kent, Mr. Clark Kent, of the Daily Planet.
Yeah, but who are you? You sound like a railroad detective.
Oh, you're right. I'm not a detective.
What are you doing here? Why are you looking at me like that?
Where are the jewels?
What?
Now, don't fool with me, boy. Don't cry out and don't make a sound. Where are the jewels?
What do you want them for? Who are you?
So, then they are here. And as for who I am, I will tell you. The Yellow Mask.
Yellow Mask?
Keep quiet. And you there in the corner. If I hear one sound out of you... Yes. Now then, boy, hand them over at once.
What jewels? I don't know what you're talking about.
Too late. You know what I'm talking about. The jewels are here in this compartment. Give them to me. Be quick.
You can't frighten me. If you think the jewels are here, go ahead and find them.
Give me the jewels.
Go ahead and find them.
Now, don't try to me. Quick, give me that package of jewels.
All I've got to say is you better be out of here before Clark Kent comes back.
Clark Kent, eh? Well, nothing would please me better than to meet him face to face. I have a little score to settle with Clark Kent.
He's not afraid of you.
Now stop the chatter and hand over that package of jewels.
Not much.
Yes, you will. For the last time, boy.
Keep away. Don't you touch me. Don't you dare. You lay a hand on me, I'll yell my head off.
Yell once, boy. Just once. And you'll never yell again. Oh, Lord. Now keep quiet, Porter.
You don't dare hurt me.
No, you think not. Come here, you. Well, now, maybe you're right.
I knew you wouldn't dare.
There's a better way. Much better. You're a very brave boy. Too brave to be frightened. I don't think that I could make you tell me where the jewels are if you didn't want to. But you will want to.
That's what you said.
I say yes. And why? Because, besides being brave, you are also loyal. Loyal to your friends.
What do you mean?
You would not wish them to come to harm. Especially your friend, Clark Kent. You see?
You're just trying to mix me up. Better get out of here pretty quick, too, because Mr. Kent will be back soon.
I hope not, Jimmy. For your sake and his sake both.
His sake? What are you talking about?
Now, listen to me. Just outside this compartment, waiting in the vestibule, is a man named Paul. You know Paul? Oh, too bad. A pity. He's very faithful. Always does exactly what I tell him. And this time, I told him that if Mr. Clark Kent returned while I was still in this room, to take care of Mr. Kent with a knife.
You wouldn't do it. You couldn't.
Mr. Kent walks into that vestibule before you and I have finished our talk. Are you listening?
No. No.
He will never walk anywhere again. Never. Now.
Stop him. Don't let him.
Where are the jewels?
Wait. Here they are. Right here in this package. Take them. Take them quick and go.
Thank you, Jimmy. You are a very smart boy. And now I'll leave you. I see the train is slowing down for a station. How very convenient.
Yes, my friend, isn't it? So convenient for me. Don't move. Don't turn around. I have a gun here. It's small, but good.
She has, too. She's not lying.
Give me that package, my friend. It was never yours, you know.
No, I won't give it up.
All right. One little pull of this trigger.
No. No, here, take it.
Thank you.
You she-devil.
I'm going now, but before I leave, I'll just make sure that you stay.
You hit him over the head with your gun.
Lordy.
Sound like a light. He's dead. What do we do?
There's the train. Just pulling into a station. Thank heavens. I only hope nothing's happened to Jimmy. And there's our car. Now down. I'll swoop down and hang onto the side of the car and force open one of the doors to the vestibule. Quick, before it stops. Down. There. Almost in. There we are. Now to get it closed again. And now for Jimmy.
Oh, this way, quick!
That voice. It's the mask. That's Jimmy in the compartment. Back to Clark Kent. Fast. Jimmy, I'm coming.
Mr. Kent, are you hurt? Did he get you?
Who get me?
The yellow mask. He was in here. Look there on the platform. He jumped right through the open window when the train stopped.
How did he get in here? Jimmy, where is he? Got to catch him.
Oh, no, wait, I tell you. He came after the jewels, and I gave him the package.
Jimmy, why did
Wait till I tell you. And just as he was going out, that girl came. She had a gun, and she took the package right away from him.
What?
Then she hit him over the head with the gun. Knocked him goofy.
The girl knocked out the yellow man?
Yeah, and when the train stopped, she jumped up and dove out the window.
Quick, Jimmy. Which way did the girl go?
I don't know, but the mask's after her.
Hey, Scott, we're moving away from the station.
Mr. Kent, wait.
Wait, nothing. Those jewels are stolen. We've got to catch her.
No, you don't. Wait till I tell you, Mr. Kent. Look.
Hey, Scott, the jewels.
Mr. Kent, she didn't get them after all. And neither did the mask. I had them right in my pocket all the time. Wasn't that pretty smart?
What? You did... Jimmy. Boy, I'm proud of you.
All they got was the package, Mr. Kent. Wrapped up nice. Just the way it came through the window. I thought I'd better be prepared for something like what happened, so I just put the jewels right in my pocket the minute you left the car. Say, I wonder what the mask and the girl will do when they find out.
Paul.
We'll get her, boss.
Clever, I'll say that for her. But she won't live long enough to profit by it.
She's turning up a back road. Maybe she thinks she'll lose us.
Catching up. Look, Paul. Look. She's stopping.
Yeah, maybe something wrong with her car. Careful, boss. She's tricky.
People trick me only once, Paul. She won't do it again.
Look, she's standing right down the road. Look, sharing a headlight.
Stop, pull up. Let me have your gun. No need to go any further. Stand right where you are.
Why, certainly.
You fooled me very cleverly before, back here in the train. But not now, I think.
No, not now, my friend. Are you looking for something?
I think you know what I'm looking for. Hand over that package.
Package? Certainly. Here, catch it.
Huh. You gave me a chase, but I've got them now. Congratulations, miss, on having done your best.
Yes, but my best and your best, too, is not quite good enough.
What do you mean?
Why do you think I stopped?
You realized you were caught? What else?
Oh, no. I stopped because I found out what's in that package. Maybe it'll stop you, too. Open it.
Empty. What have you done with the jewels?
What have I done with them? Ask your friends. Ask that young man from the newspaper. Or even better, ask that smart little boy.
You're trying to fool me again. You got them in your car.
If that's so, why do you think I stopped? My car's plenty fast. Do you think I stopped to chat? No, my friend. I stopped because I found out. And because I wanted you to find out, too.
I see. At the moment, we score another for my friend, Mr. Clark Kent.
Oh, Clark Kent. I'll remember that. I don't think I like Mr. Kent.
Nor I. He has interfered with me before.
This is the first time I've met him. But it won't be the last.
You're a very clever girl. I said so before. And I think that we both have the same goal.
Go on.
I don't make bargains. But this time, I'm going to break my rules. You give me your help against Clark Kent. Help me get the crown jewels.
Yes?
And when we do get them, I give you half. Well?
How do I know you'll do what you say?
Jewels are nothing to me. They're merely a means to an end. But Clark Kent, this time he must not stand in my way. Well, what do you say?
I say yes. We'll work together. And now come. I have a plan already. While the train is still on the way to the city...
Paul, bring up the car.
Listen, this Clark Kent doesn't know who he's up against now, but he'll learn. Oh, yes, he certainly will learn. Come, my friend. Come along while I tell you how.
Streamlined Thunderbolt roars on its way toward the distant city, while Jimmy and Kent congratulate themselves on their luck and Jimmy's resourcefulness. But already a new and sinister combination is forming to work swiftly for the recovery of the jewels. What plan has the mysterious girl in mind? What strange power will she use to further the designs of the Yellow Mask? Don't miss the next exciting installment. Tune in next time and follow the story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky. Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine. Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, valiant fighter for truth and justice, who came to Earth from the destroyed planet Krypton, possessed of a physical structure never before attained by mortal men. Superman, who is stronger than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet, and who walks about among ordinary men disguised as mild Clark Kent, reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. As you remember, Kent and Jimmy Olsen were returning home on the cracked Thunderbolt Express when a package of world-famous jewels stolen from a national exposition was hurled through a window of the car. In the resulting confusion, Kent secretly recovered the jewels, but almost at once ran into startling developments. First, the package was apparently intended for a mysterious girl sitting beside the shattered window. And second, the Yellow Mask, dangerous international criminal, is also after the jewels. Breaking in on Jimmy, whom Kent has left alone in a compartment, the mask forced the boy to give up the packet. Just as the mysterious girl appeared behind him with a revolver, relieved him of his plunder, and vanished. Returning, Kent found Jimmy in high spirits. He had given the mask an empty package. The precious jewels were still in his pocket. And now the mask and the girl are both off the train and out of the way. But are they? The train roars through the night. Jimmy and Kent sit chatting in the brightly lighted compartment. Listen.
Jimmy, I still can't quite believe it. Would you mind telling me again just how it happened?
Golly, Mr. Kent, I hardly know myself.
What made you take the jewels out of the package and put them in your pocket?
Gosh, I don't know. I guess it was just a hunch.
You're wasting your talents, Jimmy. You should be a fortune teller. Go on, what did the mask do then?
He didn't have time to do a thing. I'd given him the package, without the jewels, of course.
Was that when the girl came in?
Yeah. I guess she'd been standing at the door listening. And boy, she sure didn't waste any time.
Very clever young lady. And then what happened?
The train was slowing down for a station, and she kind of listened for a second, and
then she hit the mask over the head with her gun.
Boy, and how? Knocked him out cold. And then she skipped.
Mm-hmm. What was the porter doing all this while?
You mean the waiter from the diner?
Yes.
Mr. Kent, he was scared stiff. The minute the girl left, he dashed down like a streak of lightning. Then the mask came to, got up off the floor, jumped out of the window after the girl. Well, guess that's that.
No, Jimmy. I'm afraid this is just the beginning.
Darling, Mr. Kent. What do you mean?
We've still got what the Yellow Mask wants. And if I know him, it won't be long before he catches up with the girl and learns that we still have the jewels.
Oh, but by that time, we'll be safely home.
Well, I hope you're right, Jimmy.
Golly, who's that?
Careful. Are the jewels hidden?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Telegram, sir.
What did you say? Telegram?
Okay, just a minute. Yes, what is it?
Telegram, sir. The doctor said it might be for you. Your name, Kent? Clark Kent?
Clark Kent, that's right.
Sign here, please.
All right.
Gee, Mr. Kent. Oh, who do you suppose it's from?
I'll tell you right away. Well, what do you know?
What?
Jimmy, it's from Mr. White.
Our Mr. White?
Uh-huh.
The editor of the Daily Planet?
None other.
Gee, how did he know where we were? What's he say?
Oh, editors always know where you are. It's part of their business. As for what he says, well, it seems we've got an assignment.
Oh, boy. What is it?
Listen. Clark Kent aboard Thunderbolt Express Atlantic Railway. Leave train Minorville. Spend night Grand Hotel. Stop. Wait in room for phone call from me. Special assignment. Utmost secrecy vital. Signed, Perry White.
Is that all?
That's all.
Golly, Mr. Kent. I wonder what's up.
Well, you know as much as I do, Jimmy. We're to get off at Minorville and spend the night at the Grand Hotel.
Where is Minorville? I mean, is it close?
It's the next stop. You better start packing your bag. Why I reached us just in time.
Mr. Kent, I just happened to think. The telegram doesn't mention me, does it?
No, why?
Well, I want to... I mean, do you think Mr. White wants me to stop over, too?
Well, he doesn't say so, but he knows you're with me. Yes, of course. You'll get off at Minorville, too, Jimmy. Now, hurry up with those bags. I think we're almost there.
Yes? This is YM.
Who is it?
Go on. Excellent. Yes.
Who's that? Are they at the hotel yet?
Excellent, Paul. Nothing more now. You'll remain on call.
Well?
So far, all is well. Our friends received the telegram.
Good.
Left the train at Minorville and are now registered at the Grand Hotel.
Good. I told you it would work.
Apparently, they suspect nothing. You're a clever girl. Now, what's the next step?
That, my friend, is up to you. You have some members of your staff here.
Yes, of course, that was one of them at call.
Very well. Put them in the hotel and let them get to work. It shouldn't be difficult.
Well, I don't know. That fellow Kent, he somehow manages to squeeze out of tight places.
We're not interested in Kent. All we want are the jewels. Don't tell me your organization isn't equipped to handle a little matter of burglary.
I don't suppose you'd care to tackle the job yourself, would you?
Hardly, my friend. Unfortunately, both my talents and I are rather well known.
Excuse me, please. Yes? Well? What do you say? Are you sure? That complicates matters considerably. Very well, remain where you are. You'll hear from me.
Well, what's the trouble now?
A slight impediment to your excellent suggestions.
What do you mean?
Particularly as concerns that little matter of burglary.
Where are you driving us?
By a most unhappy coincidence, the Grand Hotel on this particular evening is packed with policemen.
Policemen? But why? What for?
Purely coincidence, my dear, but still unhappy. It seems the hotel has a guest.
That's very bright and so unusual. Now, what are the policemen doing there? Holding a convention?
No, it seems that a distinguished ambassador, a representative from abroad, is a guest at the Grand Hotel.
Are you serious?
Entirely. And because this distinguished foreign representative is spending the night there, the Grand Hotel has arranged for police on every floor.
I see. Well, that does make it a little more difficult, doesn't it?
A trifle, yes.
But not impossible.
No? Unfortunately, my people are also known to the police.
In that case, I shall have to do it myself after all.
Excellent. Will you pose as a ghost and pass unseen through walls?
Don't be a fool. I need your help, not your wish.
Forgive me. I am yours to command.
This won't be easy, but I think we can handle it. Our problem is to make our way through a cordon with police, find the jewels, and get out again.
If you can do that while Kent and that boy are in their room...
Kent and the boy will know nothing until it's too late. Now tell me, you said you were well acquainted in Minorville. Have you friends here, people you can trust?
Of course, but what...
Never mind. You'll see how things can be done with finesse and quickly. You get on that phone. Call your friends. I'll need 2 men and a woman. There's no time to lose.
There, Jimmy. That seems to do it. Now let's see if we can open the safe again. There.
That's perfect. How'd you happen to get me a room with a wall safe, Mr. Kent?
Oh, pure luck, Jimmy. This room used to be occupied by a local jeweler. He had the safe put in. Too bad we couldn't get a double room.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Our rooms connect. So did you find out who's on the other side of you?
Yes, one of the foreign ambassador's secretaries. You've got a clergyman next to you, a missionary, Reverend Martin.
Well, I guess the jewels are pretty safe. With a cop on every floor, a minister next to me, and a secretary next to you.
Oh, I'm not worried about the jewels. There is one thing that puzzles me.
What's that, Mr. Kent?
The mysterious assignment Mr. White spoke of in his telegram. I can't imagine what it might be. I wish his phone call would come through.
Golly. Maybe somebody's going to try to kill the ambassador. Maybe Mr. White got a tip.
Oh, Jimmy, don't let your imagination run away with you. However, it might have something to do with the ambassador. Well, no use sitting up waiting. You got the jewels?
Mm-hmm. Right here, Mr. Kent.
All right, chuck the package in the safe and spin the knob.
All right.
That's it. Yeah. Well, you might as well turn in now, Jimmy. Fellow your age needs lots of sleep.
Oh, please, Mr. Kent. What if the call comes? Can't I wait
Jimmy, don't be unreasonable. Mr. White calls, I'll wake you. That's a promise. Say, wonder what all the racket's about outside.
I'm in the hall. Oh, it's not. Mr. Kent, it's in the next room.
Wait, don't go out.
We could open the door, couldn't we? Just to see.
Oh, all right, just a crack.
Hey, Mr. Kent. I wonder what's going on.
Wait, Jimmy, wait. Here comes the room clerk. We'll ask him what's going on next door. Anything wrong?
No, nothing's wrong, Mr. Kent. Reverend Marvin's doing us a favor and giving up his room.
Missionary? What for?
A special guest requires a big room, and the Reverend said he didn't mind going somewhere else. Oh, here she comes now.
Look, Mr. Kent. They're wheeling someone in.
Quiet, not so loud, Jimmy.
Golly. It's a lady. Wonder what's the matter with her. What are all the nurses for?
Well, she's probably very sick, Jimmy. Now, let's not stand here gawking.
I know you were particular about who was in the rooms next to you, Mr. Kent, but I don't think you need worry. You won't be disturbed.
I wasn't worrying about that.
It's just for overnight, you know. Seems there wasn't room in the hospital, and she's moving on in the morning.
Poor woman.
Paralyzed from the neck down, but I understand she'll recover. Wonderful things they do nowadays. Well, good night, Mr. Kent. 8:30, you said.
Yes, that's right, 8:30. Good night.
Gee, it must be tough not to be able to move your arms and legs. The doctors cure her.
Oh, I'm sure they will, Jimmy. Well, come on, we've got to get up early. Let's turn in.
All right. What time are we getting up, Mr. Kent?
Did you hear me tell the room clerk? 8:30. Hit the hay now, young fella. If you want anything during the night or hear anything, you just yell. I'll be right in the next room.
Okay, Mr. Kent. Good night. I'm going to set my little alarm clock, too. Just in case the room clerk forgets to call us. Gee, it's almost midnight.
thought for a moment he was wakening. He's only mumbling in his sleep. Now, where's that wall safe? Here it is. And they call this a safe. With these tools, getting it open is a cinch.
Has the mysterious girl made good her boast to the Yellow Mask? Is it she who, in the dark stillness of the night, is working at the wall safe in Jimmy's room? What will happen? Tune in next time and follow the exciting story with Superman. And remember, tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman.
Up in the sky! Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
Boggs Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invite you to rocket into the future with Stand by to raise ship. Blast off -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with sliver of light on the eastern horizon throws a soft glow on the long, sleek shape of the rocket patrol cruiser Polaris as it stands at its launching berth on the Space Academy ground. Inside the gleaming spaceship, the 3 cadet members of its crew, Tom, Corbett, Roger Manning, and Astro, are going through the routine of a pre-blast-off check.
This is dial 4 amperage check, Astro.
Check, Tom.
As I was saying... Hold it, Manning. Something's coming through the news facsimile receiver.
It's just a news bulletin.
Listen to this. Central government hints at new clues in the mysterious disappearance of special cargo ship.
New clues? Space gas.
Now look, Roger.
Don't mind, Roger. Tom, go ahead.
It has been less than a week since the space freighter Elsie Joe disappeared near the sun, loaded with an invaluable cargo of nearly pure vanadium. Already large quantities of the precious alloy have appeared in the black market on Earth.
Is that what they call a new clue? I could have told you.
Hold it a minute. Sources close to the central government now believe that the cargo freighter was hijacked, and an immediate investigation will be launched to establish the identity of the hijackers.
Now, I ask you, what kind of double talk is that? You've read the whole bulletin, and we still don't know any more than when you started. Nobody expects you to know anything, Bubblehead.
I wonder if they really have any leads.
I can answer that for you, gentlemen.
Captain Strong.
Right, men. I see you've been reading the facsimile bulletin.
Yes, sir. They claim there's some fresh evidence on that hijacking job.
Yeah, there is. I just came from a briefing in Commander Arkwright's office where we were told that a small, privately owned rocket ship has been reported ferrying the vanadium in from a hiding place somewhere near the sun.
Well, sir, are they sure it's the same vanadium that was on the freighter?
Well, it has to be, Tom. They've checked the vanadium mining operation on Io, and the only quantity of the stuff that's unaccounted for is the load that disappeared under our noses. I still don't see how they pulled off that job.
It's pretty clear to me. Captain Lamar was in with those hijackers. That's why he picked that crazy course and took a ship so close to the sun.
Very good, Manning. That's the way Central Intelligence figures it. Of course, we'll never know for sure unless we catch them.
Well, what are our orders, sir? Is the Polaris going to try to track down that private ship?
Right, Tom. Have you men completed your checkup?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then prepare to blast off. We'll raise ship in 10 minutes. What have you got, Manning?
Spaceship, sir. Third quadrant. Position 2150.
Solar Guard or merchant?
Neither, sir. It looks like the one we're after.
Well, patch it down here. I want to see the scanner.
Aye, sir. You've got it.
Here, sir. It's in focus now.
Yes. That's our baby, all right. Call them, Tom. Tell them to prepare for boarders.
Yes, sir. Polaris calling. Identify yourself and stand by for a boarding party. Spacecraft in position 2150. Identify yourself and stand by for an inspection party. Oh, they're not answering, sir.
Manning, alter course to intercept them.
Aye, sir.
Control deck to power deck. Stand by, Astro. We may need auxiliary power for maneuvering.
Standing by, sir. Captain Strong, they're making a lateral sweep and firing auxiliary rockets.
Astro, give me full space speed. Manning, keep the fix on them. We can overtake them.
Oh, no, sir, we can't. They're pulling away.
Oh, it's impossible. We're at top speed.
Just the same, sir, they're getting away. She's too fast for us. We can't overhaul her.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Spaceman, suppose you were blasting off on a long trip to the outer planets. Well, you'd be mighty sure to check your ship over thoroughly. You'd make sure you had enough rocket fuel to get you there and back again. And you'd check your supplies, too, to make sure that you have the right kind of food on board to help keep you strong and healthy. Now listen to what Tom Corbett says about that.
Before each trip, our food locker on the Polaris is well stocked with Kellogg's Pep, Spaceman. And you can bet it's just about empty by the time we get back. Kellogg's Pep helps to keep the whole crew supplied with the vitamins and food values everybody needs to build up strength and to keep up strength. So if you want to stay in trim, the way the Space Cadets do, take a tip from me. Start your day the spaceman's way with a heaping bowl full of Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal.
And Spaceman, wait till you taste the malty, rich wheat flavor of Kellogg's Pep. Why, you say the best-tasting cereal in the whole wide universe is Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
While on patrol duty in space, the rocket cruiser Polaris attempts to intercept an unidentified spaceship suspected of ferrying vanadium that has been hijacked from a government freighter. But to the utter surprise and chagrin of the Polaris crew, the renegade craft easily outdistances them and disappears.
It's no use, Captain Strong. She's so fast we can't even get a fix on her anymore.
It's incredible. I never saw anything like the way that ship pulled away from us.
It was those auxiliary rockets she carries that did it. That must be the fastest spaceship in the universe.
You're not just blowing your jets, Roger. That ship can really move.
Tom, get out a general CQ to all patrol ships. Tell them to be on the lookout for that craft.
Aye, sir. Polaris to all patrol ships. Polaris to all patrol ships. Watch for unidentified spaceship, believed to be the vanadium hijackers, moving at extremely high speed. Course undetermined.
If any patrol ship does spot her, Captain Strong, how are they going to overhaul her?
I don't know, Astro, but we'll have to find a way.
Well, if we could isolate that ship in some single quadrant, Captain, one of our craft might be able to shoot her down.
That's what I had in mind, Roger.
Rocket Ship Orion, calling the Polaris. Here comes something, Captain. We read you, Orion. Go ahead.
We just spotted the unidentified craft. Coordinates 61, 45, 67 by 43, 44, 22.
Check those coordinates, Roger.
Yes, sir.
You were right about her speed. Our attempt to overhaul her failed. She refused to answer our ID request and we lost touch. We're going to maintain the search.
Thanks, Orion. Keep us posted. Spaceman's luck. End transmission.
Sir, with their report and ours, I think I've got a fix on her course.
Well, where's she headed, Manning?
At the moment, sir, right toward the sun.
All right, men. Prepare to load her course. We're going to follow her in as far as she goes.
Mr. Wald, I presume you heard that conversation between the Solar Guard ships.
Yes, and I don't like it, Lamar. 2 ships reporting our position gives them a fix on our course.
Shall we alter it and head for outer space?
No, we won't be caught if we don't lose our heads. How far are we from our base now?
At this speed, some 7 hours or so.
All right, hold the course. We'll go there and hole up until it's safe to freight more of that vanadium back to Earth.
But what if they track us to our base?
The chances are pretty slim that they can do that, Lamar.
But if they do?
That will be too bad for them. Because if they do, they'll never live to report it.
Well, Captain Strong, that's that. Nothing to report. It looks like a clean getaway for those hijackers.
I wonder, Tom. Say, Astro, Let's see that space chart again.
Here you are, sir.
Now, according to the fix we had on that ship, it was headed toward the sun, right, Manning?
Yes, sir. Not far from where the cargo ship was hijacked. You'd almost think they had their base on the sun.
That's impossible.
Look, Bubblehead, you don't have to tell me that.
Look here on the chart, fellas. At the present time, the sun lies directly between us and only one other planet.
Mercury.
Right, Tom. And since the Elsie Joe was hijacked very close to the sun, wouldn't it seem logical that the hijacker's base would be relatively close by?
Well, that makes sense to me.
Sure. Now, it looks to me as if we scared them, so they put on full speed and headed for their base, which is probably near here someplace.
Sounds right. And if true, they shouldn't be too hard to find.
Well, how can you say that, Captain? Mercury has a diameter of over 3,000 miles.
Yes, but they couldn't hide their base on the sunlit side of Mercury. The heat of the sun would be too much. Also, they would be detected too easily.
Well, they'd hardly set up a secret base in the Twilight Zone. That's the only place on the planet where there are any colonies.
Exactly, Astro, which leaves us only the dark side of the planet to search. Now, my guess is their base will be hidden there. Probably as close to the Twilight Zone as possible.
The dark side of Mercury. Oh, that's about as cold as Pluto.
Yeah, it's not exactly a pleasant place, but that's where we're going to have a look.
If I'd have known this, I'd have worn my electrothermal underwear.
Cut your jets, Roger. This is serious business.
All right, men. Get to your stations. We're headed for Mercury.
Well, Lamar, have you picked up anything?
Yeah, a ship just came within range of our base radar, Wald. Headed this way.
Uh-oh. I was afraid of that.
By its contours, I guess it's the Polaris.
Polaris, eh? That strong ship. We've got to be careful of them. He's got a pretty good cadet crew.
I know. The Polaris was our escort ship when we pulled this job. I almost didn't shake them.
How long will it take them to get here?
Well, they should be in this latitude in another 10 minutes. Of course, they may pass right over. After all, this base is pretty well hidden.
Don't be a fool, Lamar. Our huts are bound to lose some heat no matter how well insulated. This makes it possible for their sensitive detectors to locate our base while still hundreds of miles away.
Well, then what can we do?
I've got a little surprise for them. Look here, Lamar. Ever see one of these?
Looks like an electron beam projector.
Right. It's an old weapon, but a good one. It will short out any electric circuit in a radius of as much as a mile.
But that's no good against the Polaris, Wald. Every rocket ship in the last 50 years has had counter equipment triggered by the beam itself.
I know that, but I'm not going to use it against the ship, Lamar. I'm going to use it on the crew. You'll see what I mean when the time comes.
I won't have long to wait, then. Look at that screen.
Oh, they're entering the dark zone. What's their altitude?
Down about 60 miles. And they've reduced speed, too. They're searching for our base.
Okay, let them find it. We'll be ready for them.
Any reaction from the screen, Tom?
Not yet, Captain. I'm adjusting the scanner now. Ah, here we are.
Well?
The detector indicates heat, sir, in small quantities, such as might escape from an insulated building.
Good. We've located their base. Put her on automatic stabilizer, Tom. We're going down. Good work, Astro. Come on up here. Tom, what about that heat source?
Well, we're somewhere within 1,000 yards of it, sir.
You can't see a thing out there. How are we going to find it?
On foot, Roger. All right, men, break out the pressurized suits.
Right, sir. Let's go, fellas.
And Tom.
Yes, sir?
And break out that special survival kit, too. We'd better take it along with us.
Right.
Now then, let's have a check. Sidearms, infrared spot.
Oh, I have that, sir.
Portable radar.
Right here, sir.
Survival kit. I'll take that. Now, recheck the heating and pressure units in your suits.
We wouldn't be able to walk with all this junk if the gravity were anything to speak of.
Out there, without this junk, as you call it, Roger, we wouldn't survive more than 5 minutes. Now, stand by to open the airlock.
There they are, Wald. They're coming out of the Polaris airlock now.
All right, Lamar. Turn on the beam projector.
Here it goes.
Let it warm up before you focus the beam.
We'll be ready in a minute. But you still didn't explain what you're going to do with it.
Let me get at that view plate.
No.
This has to be focused exactly right. Give me the precise range.
The ship or the crew?
The crew, of course.
250 yards.
Good. well within the most effective range. It should work perfectly.
But that beam isn't powerful enough to stop a man at any range over 10 yards.
No, but it's effective enough to short out the heating units in their spacesuits.
The heating units?
Sure. Without those, how long do you think they can be active out there?
By Jupiter, they wouldn't last long. What an idea.
All right, Lamar, stand by. Just a few more yards, and we'll let them have it.
All right, men. Keep close together. Don't get separated in this darkness.
Will you listen to that wind? This is worse than Pluto. At least it's quiet there.
The detector indicates the heat source is over this way a few degrees, sir.
All right, Tom. Blast the spotlight that way, Astro.
Aye, sir. Huh. Still no sign of anything.
Well, they'll have it well camouflaged. You can bet on that. Keep your weapons ready. They may be tracking us.
The signal's at maximum, sir. We must be within a few yards of it.
Wait, Astro. Don't move the spot. I just saw something.
A flash of metal.
Very neat. Well, the ship must be concealed around here somewhere, too. Probably underground.
Hey, you know something, fellas? Imagination's a funny thing. Even in this insulated suit, I'm starting to feel cold.
You're space happy, Roger. How can you get cold with a heating unit in your suit? Hey, I don't feel exactly warm myself.
Hold it up, men. Something's gone wrong.
What is it, sir?
Our heating units aren't functioning. I'm beginning to feel cold myself. What about you, Astro?
Yes, sir. I hate to admit it, but I feel it, too.
Well, the heating units have conked out.
What are we going to do, sir? If we stay out here much longer, we'll freeze to death.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Listen to the pound of those giant drivers sending that locomotive speeding down the main line. Well, that's only one of the 16 exciting action pictures you can see in the Magic Moving Picture Eye series. And you get a Magic Eye free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. How would you like to see William Holden, star of Paramount Pictures' Submarine Command, send up the periscope of the submarine and give the signal to fire the torpedo? Well, there's a Magic Eye that shows you just that. And there are other Magic Eyes that show you more movie stars, and trains, jet planes, and other exciting pictures. 16 different Magic Eyes altogether. Why, there's even a Magic Eye showing tennis star Bobby Riggs playing in a big game. You want to collect all 16 different Magic Eyes, so start now. Remember, you get a Magic Eye free at no extra cost in every package of the Build-Up Wheat Cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
In the merciless cold of the dark side of Mercury, where the temperature stands at almost absolute zero, 4 figures huddled together against a howling gale, their spacesuits rendered useless as protection against the elements, now that the vanadium hijackers have caused the heating units in them to cease operation. For a moment, they remain motionless in stunned realization of their plight. And then, with a mighty effort, Captain Strong forces himself to move.
The kit. I've got to get it open.
What's that, sir?
The survival kit.
What good is the survival kit now?
It can save our lives. If I can rip it open. There, that does it. I'm numb. Here. Emergency batteries. Quick, Tom. Attach this to your heating unit mechanism.
Yes, sir.
There's one for you, Astro. Manning? And I've got one, too.
My fingers. They're so stiff I can hardly move them.
Hurry. There's no time to lose.
There, Yes, I've got it. I've got mine, too. Oh, my feet.
Your extremities may hurt for a minute as the circulation starts again, but it won't last too long.
My ears feel like they're going to drop off.
Great galaxy, I didn't know how cold a man could be.
So we'll be all right soon. But not for long. These are only emergency batteries.
Well, then, we'd better get back to the ship fast.
Not yet. We've still got a chance to capture those men.
How, sir?
Roger. Astro, lie down on the ground here.
You say lie down, sir?
Yes, as though you collapsed. Come on now. Be quick. We've got to work fast. Okay, sir. Come on, Roger. Hit the deck. Now, we're going to try to trap these men out in the open. When they spot you two lying here, they'll be sure you collapse from the cold. They'll think that Tom and I are somewhere behind you.
Oh, I get it, sir. Astro and I are the decoys.
That's right. Now, when they come out here to investigate, we'll be ready for them.
Sounds like it might work at that.
It's got to work. All right, Tom. You come with me.
Yes, sir. But what if those men don't show up before these emergency batteries go dead?
Well, that's the chance we've got to take.
All right, Lamar, you can shut off that beam now.
Okay, Wald.
That should take care of our visitors. Now we'll have a look. Get into your spacesuit. I want you to go out there and find them.
Me? Oh, no thanks, Wald.
What do you mean, no thanks? That's an order.
I don't care what it is. I'm not setting foot out of here alone.
Oh, so that's what's on your mind. You don't trust me, eh? You think I'll try to do away with you?
You guess it.
Now, why would I want to do that, Lamar?
Because you don't need me anymore, that's why. You needed me to hijack that vanadium and help you establish the base here. But now things are getting hot, and I happen to be the only one who can put the finger on it.
Oh, you're crazy.
Am I? Don't forget I saw what happened to Franklin.
I had to get rid of him. The easiest way was to dump him in space.
Well, I'm not going to make things so easy for you.
Okay, if you feel that way, break out my spacesuit, too. We'll go out there together.
I'm afraid our trap's not going to work, Captain Strong.
It's beginning to look like it, Tom. And we can't wait much longer. These emergency batteries will conk out any minute now.
Hold it, sir.
What is it?
Look over there. That big boulder.
Say, well, for a second it seemed to be moving.
It is moving, sir. Look, it's the entrance to their underground hideout.
2 men are coming out. Stay down and keep them covered.
Don't worry, sir. I sure will.
Don't make a move now.
Hey, they're going over toward Astro and Manning.
That's just what I was hoping they'd do. Now we can move in behind them. Come on, Tom.
I'm with you, sir.
Loosen their spacesuits, Lamar. Make sure they're finished.
Okay, Walt. You keep looking for those other two.
That won't be necessary, mister. We're right behind you.
Strong. Drop those weapons. We've got you covered.
Astro, Manning, disarm them.
Right. You heard the orders. I'll take those guns.
All right, you got it.
I'll say we have, and we've got the vanadium, too.
Good work, men. Step on it now. Let's get them aboard the Polaris.
Yeah. I want to be where it's nice and warm when these batteries go dead.
Roger, this is one time you and I agree completely.
Don't miss the next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. An adventure in which the cadet crew of the Polaris faced death in space as the victims of willful sabotage in an interplanetary space tournament. Tune in, same time, same station, for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in the cast were Al Markham, Jan Merlin, Edward Bryce, and James McCallion. Today's program was written by Gil Braun and directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Begg speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
And what a secret. In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal all in one box. And no other raisin bran but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's because
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
Suspense, which is usually heard at this hour on Thursday nights, is taking its customary summer holiday. Suspense returns to the air next week on Thursday, September 1st.
You are groping through the midnight darkness of a gigantic department store. 100 eyes are staring at you. 100 hands are reaching for you. And your most urgent desire is to escape.
We offer you Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure. Tonight we escape to a fantastic world of night dwellers, as John Collier imagines it in his eerie story, Evening Primrose.
Sadie. Sadie, what's the matter? It's me.
Oh, you nearly scared me to death. What do you mean coming in so quiet?
I didn't mean to scare you. I thought you'd be asleep. I didn't want to wake you.
Oh, Sam, I'm glad you're home.
Hey, what's the matter?
Oh, it's terrible. You gotta do something, Sam.
What's terrible?
It's this. Just look at this.
What's terrible about that? Looks like an ordinary pad of paper to me.
That's just it. That's what I thought, too. But it's got writing in it. It's awful.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe you better tell me what this is all about.
Well, today I went shopping at Bracey's department store.
Yeah?
I needed some writing paper, so I picked this up. It was on top of the pile, and I bought it, and I brought it home.
So?
But tonight when I opened it, I found it's got writing in it.
Well, that's nothing so terrible. Just take it back tomorrow and make them give you a new one.
No, you don't understand. It's what's written in it that's so terrible.
What do you mean, what's written in it?
Here, you gotta read it.
Ah, Sadie.
No, right now. Now read it.
Look, Sadie, I'm tired. I've been bowling all evening.
Please, Sam, please. Just read it.
All right. Ah, for Pete's sake.
Sam.
October 13th. Today I made my decision. I decided to say goodbye to the world. To get out, leave, break away. And I have done... Ah, Sadie, this
Sam.
And now I am free. Really free. Yes, I am free at last.
The world is an intolerable place for a poet. I was broke, starving at my wits' end. And then I had the brilliant idea. I'd escape to a place where I had no need to earn a living, where I could write to my heart's content in peace and security, and where everything was free. And where is this place? Right under your nose. So close you'd never think of it. I am now living in Bracey's department store. I arrived this afternoon. I had spent 3 days looking over all of the department stores in town. I decided on Bracey's because of the completeness of their food department. Therefore, this afternoon I entered the store and went immediately to the 4th floor to the rug department and hid myself in the dusty, out-of-the-way corner behind a pile of carpet. After the store closed, I tiptoed as far as the stationery counter and got this paper, the writer's primary need. Now, after making my first entry, I'll stroll around the store and get food, wine, the pillows for my bed, perhaps a fancy dressing gown. Oh, this is perfect. Here I'll be able to write. Dawn, October 14th. I am almost too unnerved to write this. The whole thing is unbelievable. After the store was dark and completely quiet, I crept out and started for the food department. One's steps echo hollowly in an empty department store at night, and I I found myself gliding along the floor on tiptoe, moving as silently as possible. But the sound of footsteps persisted, and suddenly I realized they were not my own. The night watchman. I was in the salon moderne, and quickly I seized a mink coat from my hanger, draped it about my shoulders, and stood stock still. I could have reached out and touched him, but he passed without so much as a glance. I started to smile, but the smile froze on my lips. I was looking straight into a pair of eyes. Large, flat, luminous. Inhuman eyes. A dozen feet away. They belonged to a creature dressed as a man, but he was as pale as something found underneath a stone. His hands, hanging motionless at his sides, looked more like the fins on a fish than human hands.
Not bad.
Huh?
For a beginner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know anybody else lived here.
Oh, yes. We live here. It's delightful.
We?
Yes, all of us. Don't you see? Huh? Look around you.
I looked around and saw nothing. I looked again and saw an old one come clambering out from behind the clock. There were three elderly ingenues, incredibly emaciated, pale as lace, almost transparent, simpering before a perfume counter. A chintzy lady swam out from the curtains and drapes, and they came swarming, thick around me, pale, thin, wispy, moving silently, fluttering like gauze in the wind, whispering.
A detective. Send for the dark man.
They were pressing around me, clawing, holding me, their pale faces contorted with venomous, inhuman hatred. I was paralyzed. All I could do was repeat over and over again. I'm not a detective. I'm not. I'm not a detective or a burglar. I'm a poet.
Then what are you doing here?
I've renounced the world. I came here to live where I could be alone, away from the world.
Why, then he's come over to us. He's just like us.
Come over to us, the poet.
He must meet Mrs. Vanderpump.
Yes, Mrs. Vanderpump. She's coming now.
I followed their eyes toward the balcony, and the hair on my neck rose again. There, coming down the wall like an ancient spider, clambered an old lady, wrinkled and cracked and emaciated. She must have been at least 80, a shadowy matriarch, and the things around me bowed and scraped as she reached the floor and floated toward us.
What's going on here? Where is that stupid girl? What's keeping her?
Oh, Mrs. Vanderpump.
Well, what is it? Who's this, Mr. Roscoe?
Mrs. Vanderpump, may I present Mr.
Snell. Charles Snell.
Yes, Mr. Snell is a poet. He has come here to live.
Oh, he has he?
That's what he says, and I believe him.
Well,
He avoided the night watchman quite neatly, for a beginner.
Thank you.
Very well. We shall see. A poet would find inspiration here.
Mr. Snell, Mrs. Vanderpump is our grand old lady.
I am quite the oldest inhabitant here, Mr. Snell. 3 mergers and a complete rebuilding. But they didn't get rid of me. Where is Ella? Where is my blouse?
She is bringing it, Mrs. Vanderpump. It will come.
Terrible little creature. She's our foundling, Mr. Snell. She's not quite our sort.
Is that so?
I have been here, Mr. Snell, ever since the terrible times of the 80s. I was a young girl then. A beauty, they said. And poor Papa lost his money. Braces meant a lot to a young girl in those days. So when I wasn't able to have a charge account, I came here to live. Well, that's better than a charge account. I was quite alarmed when others began to come after the crash of 1907. But it was the dear judge,
How do you do?
the colonel, Mrs. Bilby. How do you do? Mrs. Bilby writes plays.
Oh.
And comes of an old Philadelphia family. Oh, you will find us quite nice here, Mr. Snell.
I'm sure I will.
And, of course, all our dear young people came in 1929. Oh, their poor papas jumped from skyscrapers. They couldn't bear to be without charge accounts either.
All these nice people live here?
Oh, and many more.
Oh, here comes Edna with my broth. Come, you stupid thing.
Yes, come, Ella, come.
Yes, sir, I'm coming as fast as I can. Here.
On the table over there, Edna. Be careful. Don't spill it.
Oh, but she's young.
Well, of course, she is a little younger than most of us.
And she's different. She's beautiful.
That's right. She's really not our sort.
Well, you shouldn't say such things. She can hear you.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Mrs. Bilby, please. You'll understand these things better after you've been here a while, Mr. Snell.
But it seems to me that...
Mr. Snell, we have certain rules here. They are necessary for our survival. I'm sure you won't find it hard to observe them.
Yes, but...
I should advise that you try. If you do not, it would be most unfortunate, Mr. Snell. Most unfortunate.
In just a moment, we will return to the second act of Escape. But first, if you want lots of stars, you won't have to look through a telescope or be hit over the head. All you have to do is tune in over most of these same CBS network stations next Monday night and every Monday night thereafter, and you'll find all the stars. They'll be on the Lux Radio Theater, playing in radio adaptations of your favorite motion pictures. Don't forget the Lux Radio Theater, one of 5 great shows on CBS every Monday night. And now we return to the second act of Escape, and tonight's story, Evening Primrose.
October 15th. I planned to quit my hiding place, mingle with the crowds, and leave Braces forever. But just at dawn, Mr. Roscoe brought me a cup of coffee, which must have been drugged, for I fell asleep. When I awoke, night was closing over the store once more. Later, I had spent my second night here. I saw Ella again. Ella, the pearl of this remote, fantastic cave. She's not like the others. A trifle pale, but otherwise normal and human and beautiful. A child of perhaps 18. She's the only thing that makes this nightmare bearable. October 20th. Escape is impossible because of the dark men. Who are the dark men? I don't know. But the inhabitants threaten any transgressor with these dark men. Speaking to the night watchman would be suicide. I'm convinced that neither Ella nor I could get out of here alive. She and the night watchman are the only real people here. And how the others hate the night watchman.
Odious, vulgar creature. He reeks of the coarse sun.
Oh, come now, Mrs. Bilby. He's really a personable young man. He's very young for a night watchman.
Mr. Snell, sometimes I wonder about your taste.
You must not stay so much to yourself. You must become better acquainted with our ways.
That's quite true. You must come to the play tonight. We're going to be entertained with one of Mrs. Bilby's tragic comedies, Love in Shadowland. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
It's really a festive occasion, you know. Wanamaker's is coming over.
Wanamaker's?
Yes. The entire colony over at Wanamaker's is coming here en masse to attend the play.
You mean there are people living in other stores?
Oh, dear, yes. Didn't you know? Of course, the best people live in Braces and Wanamaker's.
Oh, come now, Mrs. Bilby. There are some very nice people at Hoffman's.
I beg your pardon, Miss Bilby.
Oh, hello, Ella.
Good evening, Mr. Snell.
Well, what is it, Ella?
Please, ma'am, I'd so love to see your play tonight. May I have your permission?
Certainly not. You know better than that, you stupid creature. You know where you belong. In the basement by the garbage can.
But Mrs. Bilby...
Hush, Mrs. Snell.
Ella, you're becoming entirely too forward of late. I'd advise you to watch your step. Remember the dark man.
Oh, no, please, Mr. Roscoe. I'm sorry, Mrs. Bilby. Excuse me.
Well, how can you treat her like that? Why do you always frighten her? And what is all this about the dark man?
Well, you see...
Oh, please, Mr. Roscoe. Not now. You'll spoil our whole evening. I do so want Mr. Snell to enjoy my play.
Very well, Mrs. Bilby. Later, Mr. Snell.
But I want to know about the dark men.
Later.
October 21. I found an opportunity to speak to Ella alone. Last night at the play, I induced a fit of hiccups. As I anticipated, I was sternly reprimanded and told to go and secrete myself in the basement where the night watchman wouldn't hear me. This was exactly what I had planned. I went to the basement, and there in the darkness, among the garbage cans and the rats, I heard sobbing. Ella? Ella, is that you? Why are you crying? What is it, Ella?
They wouldn't even let me see the play.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, Mr. Snell, I'm so happy.
Oh, Ben, no, you mustn't cry.
You're the only one who's kind.
Ella, why do they treat you so differently?
Because I'm not like them. I didn't choose to come here.
You mean you're held prisoner?
You see, I was only 6. I came here on a shopping tour with my mother. I got lost and fell asleep behind the counter. It was dark, and when I woke, they found me. Some of them wanted to send for the dark man because they were afraid I would tell on them, but Mrs. Vanderpant said no. I could stay and be her maid. I've been here ever since.
Since you were 6, but haven't you ever tried to get away?
Oh, no, I don't know anything about out there. I wouldn't know what to do. Besides, I'm afraid to take the chance. If anyone tries to get out, they send for the dark men.
Ella, who are the dark men?
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, tell me.
You know how people live in all the stores, at Gimbel's and Bloomingdale's.
Yeah,
well, the dark men live at the Undertaker's.
Good heavens.
And whenever someone dies or breaks the rules or when a burglar gets in and sees these people and might tell, they send for the dark men.
Well, that's horrible.
They put the body in the butcher shop in the food department. And then the dark men come. I saw them once. It was terrible.
What do they do?
They go in where the dead person is. They have wax with them and all sorts of things. And when they're gone, there's just a wax model left on the counter. Then our people put a frock on it or a bathing suit and mix it up with the other wax models in the window, and nobody ever knows.
Ella, you mean all these dummies around us?
Oh, not all of them, but if you displease these people, the same thing will happen to you.
October 30th. Once more, I'm frozen with terror. Not for myself now, but for Ellen. They hate her. Any time they might turn against her and send for the dark men. My mind is filled with her. I dream of her every day. I live to see her at night. We've managed it several times. They trust me now and let me roam about without interference. Finally, tonight, I met her again and said it. Ella, I love you.
Charles.
I love you, Ella. Let's get married or whatever they do here, and then we can live together in my home in the carpet department. They wouldn't dare hurt you.
Charles.
No, don't look so dismayed. If you like, we'll go away from here. Maybe we can get transferred to Bergdorf Goodman's overlooking Central Park.
Don't, Charles, don't you? You mustn't.
But I love you.
Please, Charles.
Ellie, you're not in love with someone else?
Charles, yes. Yes, I am.
But who? I thought you hated them all. It must be Roscoe. He's the only one that's young enough.
Oh, no, Charles, not Roscoe. Especially not him. I do hate them all. They make me shudder.
Well, who is it then?
It's he.
Who?
The night watchman.
No, that's impossible.
I love him. He smells of the sun.
Elmer.
Oh, it was wonderful, the way it happened. Don't tell me, Charles, or they'll punish me.
No.
I was careless, and there he was, coming around the corner in the ladies' lingerie department. I was caught. There were only some wax models and their underthings, and there was nothing else to do. I slipped off my dress and stood still.
I see.
He stopped near me. He looked at me, and, oh, Charles, he spoke to me. He said, "Say, honey, I wish they made him like you on the 8th Avenue." Charles, wasn't that a lovely thing to say?
Well, personally, I should have said Park Avenue.
Charles, don't get like these people here. It doesn't matter what avenue. It was a lovely thing to say.
But what can you do about it? Ella, he belongs to another world.
Yes, to 8th Avenue, and I want to go there. Charles, are you really my friend?
Yes, of course I am.
Then I'll tell you. I'm going to stand there again in the lingerie department, so he'll see me.
And then?
Perhaps you'll speak to me again.
Ella, you're only torturing yourself. You only think that you love him because you think he'll take you out of here. But you don't know that he will. And I will, Ella. I've made up my mind.
Oh, no, Charles, I couldn't let you do it. Even if I loved you, you couldn't do it, Charles.
Why not?
Because you really belong here. You've become one of them now.
Oh, Ella, you mustn't say that.
True, and Charles, I've got to go. There's someone watching us, I feel it.
Oh, no, wait.
Goodbye, Charles.
No, Ella, come back. Ella.
Please, Mr. Snell. You'll arouse the night watchman.
Roscoe.
Yes. Love can be very upsetting, can't it?
You heard?
Just the last moment or so. Very touching. So, she loves another. Too bad. Who could it be? Could it be that I am the cause of your heartbreak?
Oh, you flatter yourself too much, Roscoe.
And who? Your judge? Certainly not. The colonel? Hardly.
None of those.
Not one of the customers? The staff?
No, she loves the night watchman. Can you imagine that? She loves the night...
Oh?
Roscoe, look, I shouldn't have said that. It's not true. You wouldn't do anything. Tell anybody. This is a secret between us, Roscoe. Huh? Between friends, isn't it?
Of course. As secret as the grave.
Look, she's young. Perhaps he'll leave and she'll forget him. And in time, who knows, perhaps she'll learn to love you or me.
Of course, in time.
And we'll figure a way to keep her safe here.
Absolutely safe. Now, don't you worry about it. It's almost dawn. Time for bed. Good morning, Mr. Snell.
Early evening, November 4th. I was a fool. I should have known he couldn't be trusted. He must have gone straight to Mrs. Vanderpamp. This evening, the atmosphere has changed. People flicker to and fro, smiling nervously, horribly, with a sort of frightened, sadistic exaltation. An informal dance in the record department has been called off. I cannot find Ella. I'm going out again now to look for her. Roscoe, what have you done with her?
Quiet, the night watchman.
I don't care. What have you done?
Whatever I did for your own good, as well as the good of us all.
Wait a minute. What's that? What are those people carrying? Why, it's Ella. She's tied up. They're carrying her. Ella! Ella!
Stop it, Mr. Stop it.
Let me go. Let me go.
No, stop it. You're the night watchman.
But they're taking her into into the butcher shop. Hell!
Yes, Mr. Snell. Those are the dark men.
Midnight. I'm scribbling this last entry hurriedly. There and there, in the butcher shop, with Ella, the dark man. There's only one thing to do. I'm going to find the night watchman and tell him he and I will save it if we can. And if we're overpowered, well, I will leave this pad on the stationery counter. Tomorrow, if I live, I'll recover it. If I do not, whoever finds this and reads it, look in the windows. Look for 3 new wax dummies. 2 men. One rather sensitive-looking and a girl. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, and her nose turns up a little. Look for us, and then find them, smoke them out, exterminate them.
Avenge us.
Oh, Sam, isn't it horrible?
Wow.
We gotta do something. We gotta tell somebody something. Oh, Sam, what'll we do?
Go. Nothing. Go to bed.
But, Sam...
Whoever wrote this has sure got a weird sense of humor, hey? Probably some clerk down at Bracey's ought to be fired.
But, you mean, you think it's just a story?
Are you kidding? You don't believe this stuff, do you?
Well, I don't know. I just thought...
Forget it, baby. Snap out of it. I shouldn't leave you alone. You get too many ideas when I go out bowling at night.
Oh, Sam. But don't you think maybe we ought to just take it back and show somebody?
Nuts. It's not worth the bother. They'd laugh at you, baby. They'd think you were crazy or something.
Yeah. I guess you're right. I guess it was silly.
Forget it. Come on, let's go to bed. I'm tired.
Sure, Sam. Golly, you know, there for a while I sure was scared. Well, I even forgot to tell you what I was going to tell you. Sam, I found the cutest dress today, only $19.95.
Yeah, baby?
Yeah. It was in the window at Bracey's, and it was on a beautiful little wax model with blonde hair and blue eyes and a turned-up nose. And there were 2 men standing beside...
Escape, produced and directed by Norman MacDonald. Tonight brought to you Evening Primrose by John Collier, adapted for radio by John Dunkel, and starred Ben Wright. Featured in the cast were Georgia Ellis, Harry Bartell, Vivi Janis, Wilms Herbert, Lois Corbett, and Ruth Parrott. Music was conducted by Sandy Courage. Next week's Suspense returns to the air with Gregory Peck in a terrifying radio play, Nightmare. Be sure to be with us at the same time next week when once again we present a story well calculated to keep you in suspense. You've got a date with a beautiful blonde Monday night. She's My Friend Irma, the comedy starring Marie Wilson. Returning to CBS for a sparkling new season of laughter, My Friend Irma is one of the exciting lineup of Monday night shows you'll hear over CBS this fall. Marie Wilson is the comic misadventuress, will delight you when her brain goes into reverse, with hilarious consequences for all concerned. Remember, My Friend Irma returns Monday, August 29th, the same Monday night that Lux Radio Theater comes back to CBS over most of these same stations. This is Bob Lamont speaking. Now stay tuned for Crime Photographer, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Nestle's Quick for the greatest tasting chocolate milk.
and those famous Nestle's chocolate bars present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy are aboard the Terra 5, preparing to fight off an attacking robot ship.
Fire stern torpedo 1. Fire 1.
Surely you don't think I'm aboard this robot ship, Commander?
In a few seconds, Polidor, there won't be a ship. Commander, the torpedo exploded short of the target.
The ship's protected by a force field. Our torpedoes explode when they hit the field. That's right. Keep firing if you like. You can't stop this robot ship.
It's gaining on us, sir.
If you don't act quickly, it'll ram us and blow us to bits.
We'll return in just a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, Race Against Time. Come and get it! Come and get the coolest, most refreshing, most delicious glass of chocolate milk ever. Space Patrollers, that's Nestle's Quick. There's nothing in this universe that tastes so good, mixes so fast, and cools so well. Nestle's Quick has the same terrific flavor as your favorite Nestle's chocolate bars. What smooth, velvety chocolate. And it's so easy, Quick just about makes itself. Listen, first you pour out your big frosty glass of milk, then you just drop in 2 teaspoons of Nestle's Quick. Swish it around for a second, and there it is, your Quick-Me-Up, packed with nourishment, full to the brim with cool refreshment. Just what you want in this hot weather. So be sure you get Mom to bring home the big brown and yellow can of Nestle's Quick, so you can make yourself a glass of Quick anytime you like. And remember, this is the sound of good things coming. Come and get it! Come and get your Martian totem head, too. Boy, you'd better hurry, because this offer is almost over. You can have tons of fun with your totem head because it's got magic forehead vision. You can see out, but nobody can see in. Today, send the lid or a tracing of the label from a can of Nestle's Quick, together with your name, address, and 25 cents, to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri, and hurry! And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, Race Against Time. Commander Corey is waging a battle of wits against Polidor, the invisible mastermind behind a series of daring crimes. Although Buzz and Happy have captured several of Polidor's agents, the identity of the super criminal remains a mystery. Right now, the Commander and Cadet Happy are in the office of Neil Channing, Chief Chemist of the Solfex Products Company in Lowell City on the planet Mars. Channing's staff has just completed the laboratory analysis of a complex mixture of chemicals provided him by the Commander.
Here you are, Commander. It's as complete and detailed as we can make.
Oh, thanks, Channing. I'll check it over now if you don't.
Oh, go ahead. Well, you'll probably notice that in most of the items, our reports merely confirm the findings of your Space Patrol Security Lab experts. I'm sorry we weren't able to supply much new information.
I don't expect miracles, Channing. At any rate, your independent tests cut down the margin of error. This paragraph on component 11. You've got data here that we don't have.
Well, we should have. After all, it's a product we make here at Solfex. We intend to market it under the trade name Lumaplex.
Lumaplex?
It's a synthetic mineral with several unusual properties. For one thing, it amplifies light.
Lumaplex? That's a new one on me.
Channing, I believe you said you intend to put it on the market.
Yes, it's still in the experimental stage.
Well, aren't you surprised that we should bring you a sample of it for analysis?
Not especially. It's our policy here at Solfex to let small independent researchers experiment with our new products. Why, we even have high school chemistry students on our trial and error shipping it. Pays off, too. Some of our best commercial ideas have come from it.
Channing, did you ever hear of someone called Polidor?
Polidor? Oh, you don't mean this long-range ventriloquist who's been throwing his voice all over the solar system?
Yes. This sample of powdered chemicals is the remains of the gadget he uses to project his voice.
He calls it a detectoscope.
For the materials you found in this sample, Channing, could you construct a device that would act as a spaceophone and viewscope combined?
Some order.
You could make it so compact that it's the size of a half-credit coin and only twice as thick.
Definitely not. I don't say it's possible, but it's beyond the scope of our know-how here at Solfax.
Well, it's not beyond Polidor's know-how.
If we can find the man who put your Lumaplex to work, it might help us locate Polidor. To your knowledge, how many outsiders are working on Lumaplex?
At least 10 individuals or firms. I can give you a list.
Good. I'm not overlooking the possibility that someone here at Solfax might have found out more about Lumaplex than his Polish employers.
It's not a pleasant thought. I'm sure my employees are loyal, but I admit it's an angle you'll have to consider, Commander. Say, maybe it's none of my business, but do you intend to question everybody on that list I mentioned?
Our agents will. Why?
Well, would it help you if you had a little background on these experimenters, the general direction of their research?
It certainly would.
Then Gannett's your man. Rudolph Gannett. He's an amateur astronomer, and he keeps in touch with a lot of the small fry experimenters, crackpots and all.
Would an astronomer know much about electronics and this Lumaplex?
Gannett might. Remember I said he was an amateur astronomer. He was a research chemist before he retired. Now he's got a nice place outside Lowell City where he putters around making his own telescopes and all the paraphernalia that goes with it. Even molds and grinds his own lenses. Every new plastic that comes out, he makes optical tests on.
He might be interested in work on Lumaplex because of its light amplifying properties.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since we're here in Lowell City, we'll have a talk with him.
Well, I'll tell you how to find his place. But I'm warning you, Commander. You'll be lucky if you can get Gannett's head out of the Milky Way long enough to talk to him. His mind is usually a million light years out in space.
We'll take a chance. Thanks, Channing.
Outward bound from Terra, a private cruiser follows a vector that avoids the regular space lanes. Its pilot, Chad Tessig, keeps a wary eye on the viewscope screens as he speaks into the spaceophone.
Everything's set, Polidor. Not a hitch.
If you are sure you're not being followed, proceed to headquarters. I have another job for you. It involves Commander Corey.
Corey? I thought Janik drew that detail.
Yes, but unfortunately, an unforeseen move on Corey's part to Janik's schedule. I want you to dispose of Corey before 1600 hours tomorrow.
It's pretty short notice, isn't it?
Perhaps. But I want Corey out of the way when our device puts the telecommunications center out of commission.
Maybe we can figure a way to have Corey at the center when our gadget does its work.
Yes. It would give me great satisfaction for Corey to be on him when the entire nerve center of his precious space patrol is burned out.
The Omicron radiation would finish Corey, just like it's going to take care of everybody in the communications building.
It's a tempting thought. But an attempt to maneuver Corey into the center at exactly 1600 hours might arouse his suspicions and upset our plan.
That shouldn't be hard. Corey's headquarters isn't far from communications.
No, but Corey isn't on Terra.
No, where is he?
In Lowell City. It appears to me that Commander Corey's unhappy face will be among the important messages that the communication center will be unable to transmit. Hold it around.
On a high hill some 60 miles from Lowell City is the home of Rudolph Gannett. It is not a spectacular residence. Its only unique feature being a small dome that unmistakably identifies it as an observatory. In the library adjoining the dome, Gannett looks up from the list of names Commander Corey has just handed him.
I see you have Professor Arlington's name here.
Do you know him?
Oh, quite well. I don't wish to seem unkind, but you might as well cross his name off the list.
Then you don't think he's working with Lumaplex?
Playing with Lumaplex is more in Arlington's line, Commander. Please don't misunderstand me. Arlington is competent in his field. A good instructor, but not an original research man.
I see. Now, there's just two names as being likely to experiment with Lumaplex along the lines I mentioned. James Hollister of Jupiter and Lawrence Earhart of Nicholas City.
Yes, Commander.
Well, thank you for your help, Mr. Gannett.
Oh, you're not leaving. I was hoping to show you my observatory.
I'm sorry, but we've got to get back to Lowell City. Later, when Leon's here, Russ, Happy and I'd be delighted to see you.
Well, we sure would, Mr. Gannett.
Oh, you men who search for criminals are always in a rush. That's why I like astronomy. There are no criminals in the heavens. The stars all obey the law.
Maybe that's because they're old enough to know they can't get away with disobeying the law. So long, Mr. Gannett.
Goodbye, Mr. Gannett, and thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Goodbye, gentlemen. Tessie, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Corey and the cadet just left. Keep out of sight.
I took care of their surface car, Polidor.
Give them 10 minutes to start. Then take my car and trail them. This time we've got to make sure.
With Commander Corey at the wheel, the Space Patrol surface car moves swiftly over the deserted road to Lowell City. The many turns and grades in this stretch through the mountains keep Buzz and Happy from noticing the car following, a mile behind.
Hey, we're making good time for this kind of road.
Mm-hmm. What time is it?
Well, I've got 11:16, but my watch is slow.
Right. You said Happy's watch isn't correct to the split second?
Well, I noticed it at Gannett's place, sir. I checked it with his clock, and I'm a half a minute behind.
Well, an astronomer would certainly have the correct time. I don't want to take my eyes off the road, Hap. What does my watch say?
Why, well, that's funny. Yours is the same as mine. We both can't be off the same amount.
Yeah, right now, 30 seconds can't make any difference.
That's right. We'll still make Lowell City by 1200. Say, wouldn't it be a joke on Gannett, the well-ordered astronomer, if his clock was wrong?
Mm-hmm. I just happened to think an observatory would have several clocks, keeping different kinds of time. Universal star time, local star time.
Oh, sure. The clock I saw was probably on Mars sun time. Hey, Commander, our windshield is fogging up.
Fog in this dry Martian atmosphere. Something is clouding the windshield.
What's wrong with that automatic gizmo? That electronic field is supposed to repel dust and
Hap,
vapor.
I can't see. Look out the side and guide me.
Commander, you're too close to the edge. A little to the left. Hey, we're going over!
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. Hi, Space Patroller.
Hi, Captain Tufeld.
Hey, see, you got another keen man from Mars totem head in the morning mail. How many you got now?
3 and 4 more to come. Just wait. I'm going to have the biggest totem pole in the whole universe, because I'm sending for totem heads just as fast as I can get box tops.
Smart boy. And Space Patrollers, if you haven't started your totem head collection, you better get going right now, because this terrific offer ends soon.
And you don't want to miss out on the fun you can have with these neat totem heads. Wear them over your head, and from head to shoulders, you're in disguise. A man from Mars totem head is more than 12 inches high, and every one of them has magic forehead vision.
Yes, sir, magic forehead vision. That's the special secret eye plate. You can see out, but nobody else can see in.
And when you get lots of totem heads, you can build yourself an honest-to-goodness totem pole in your room or in your backyard, like I'm doing.
Each totem head has a face in front and one in back, too. A beak-like nose, fang-like teeth, and ears that flop. And wait till you see those bright Martian colors. Red and yellow, green and black.
Hurry, gang. Get your box top in your quarter and send for yours now.
Remember, Space Patrollers, this offer soon ends. So for every totem head you want, send a Rice Chex or Wheat Chex box top, together with your name and address and 25 cents in coin, to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. Don't forget your 25 cents. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. This offer good only in the USA and may be withdrawn at any time. And now back to our Space Patrol adventure, Race Against Time. Buzz and Happy are in the surface car driving to a mountainous region of Mars after interviewing an amateur astronomer named Rudolph Gannett. Suddenly, the windshield of the car clouded up, and before Buzz could bring the car to a stop, it careened over the edge of an embankment. Now the car is tumbled to a stop in the soft dirt just a few feet from a straight drop-off. A moment later, another surface car rounds the bend and stops at the scene. A man gets out and ascends the slope toward the wreck. The two Space Patrollers lie motionless in the battered surface car. Then Happy moans and stirs. Suddenly, he's aware of a quick, firm grasp on his arm. A pressure that in 1 second tells Happy, even in his dazed condition, that Buzz wants him to remain quiet and feign unconsciousness. An instant later, the car door is yanked open.
Pretty neat job.
Not quite neat enough, Happy. One of them is still alive. I heard him moan.
They're both out cold. I can finish them off easy.
Keep your hands off the car. We don't want fingerprints.
Okay, Porter. I'll be careful.
When you coated the windshield, you used too thin a solution. You should have charted out instantly. Then I transmitted the energizing field from the observatory.
Well, it worked okay. The windshield is clear now. It looked like Corey lost control and tumbled over the cliff.
No, if he hadn't had time to slow down, he'd have gone completely down to the bottom. Anyway, Corey won't be able to stop our little surprise party on Terra at 1600.
Well, look, why don't I drag him out and toss him over the ledge? It looked like they were thrown out of the car.
It's an excellent suggestion. But first, dispose of the defective stuff.
Can't you destroy it with the disintegrator impulse?
Naturally. But you don't think I want Space Patrol investigators to find the powder in the car, do you?
Yeah, that's right. They'd know the wreck wasn't an accident.
Or find out that Janet and Polydor are the same. Now, before you dispose of these two, throw the detectoscope over the leg. I'll disintegrate it in midair, and the powder will never be found. But remember, leave no clues. Be careful. Polydor out.
Okay, Polydor. Here goes. Now I'll take care of these two guys. Come on, Corey. You're going over the cliff.
I'll take over from here, Tessie. Need some help, Commander? No.
Except to carry Tessig up to his car.
Oh, he got colder than he thought we were.
Maybe. They couldn't have passed the test.
No, sir. Now we know who Polydor is.
Since he disintegrated the detectoscope, he doesn't know we know yet.
You sure were right when you pegged Janet as a phony.
I'll notify Lowell City headquarters and send a couple of patrol ships to Gannett's observatory. That is, if our car space works. That's dead.
Maybe there's one in Tessig's car.
Yes, and also a hidden detectoscope. Whether we use the spaceophone or not, Polydor will be tipped off if we're still alive.
I guess a surprise attack on his observatory is impossible.
We'll take Tessig to Lowell City. Then we'll send patrol ships to the observatory while I work on Tessig. I've got to find out what Polydor meant by a surprise party on Terra at 1600.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it sure can't be anything good.
Remember, after we get near Tessig's car, not a word about Polydor, Tessig, or Terra. Maybe we can't keep him from seeing us with his detectoscope, but we can keep him on a hot seat, worrying about what we're going to do.
After a fast and silent trip to Lowell City, Buzz dispatches 2 patrol ships to Polydor's observatory. Then, in the Space Patrol headquarters of the Mars capital, he questions Chad Tessig.
Once more, Tessig. What's Polydor planning to do on Terra at 1600? Polydor? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, then. Gannet. I heard the whole conversation back at the wreck. Polydor is Gannet, and you're working with him. You've been working too hard, Commander. You're imagining things. I'm too wasting time, Tessig. I'm giving you a brainograph test.
Excuse me, Commander.
Yes, Happy?
The patrol just reported in from the observatory.
Polydor was gone, I suppose.
Yes, and so was that small atmosphere ship we saw parked near the house. The agents are searching the place from top to bottom looking for evidence. Get anything out of Tessig?
No. The brainograph will fix that.
Oh, another thing, sir. The local labmen went over to Tessig's car. They found some more powder. Polydor had a detectoscope in there, all right.
Now get this, Tessig. If anything serious happens on Terra in the next few hours, we're going to hold you personally responsible. You can't do that. It's not fair.
Huh. Look who's talking about fairness.
Tessig, I know Polydor has planned a catastrophe for 1600 on Terra. You can help prevent it. If you don't, you'll take the consequences, and Polydor can't protect you.
All right. It's a Terra Communications Center. It's going to be put out of commission if it works.
How?
1600 hours, a surge of high-voltage current's going to be sent over the regular power lines. It'll burn out every bit of equipment in the place. Spacephones, viewscopes, computers, relay transmitters, recording equipment, everything.
Well, how about the voltage regulators? They'll automatically break the circuits if there's an overload.
Not with the high-frequency current we're using. It'll jump every fuse and relay you've got. That whole center will be burned out. It'll be completely useless.
Where's this device planted? What part of the building?
In Power Section 4. It's well hidden where no one could find it unless they knew it was there.
Tell me where it is and how to shut it off. I'll spaceophone instructions to Terra.
No, it's not that easy. Polydor made sure it'd be a thorough job. It'll not only burn out all the equipment, but it'll take care of every living man in the building.
How?
Omicron radiation. When that charge hits every light in the building, whether it's turned on or off, will throw out deadly Omicron rays.
Smoking rockets.
You're going under the brainograph, Tessig. I'm going to find out how to shut off that machine.
Yeah, you lick, Corey, because I don't know. You can bet that the men who installed it are scattered all over the solar system by now.
Gee, Commander, what are we going to do?
You can't do anything.
Tessig, if that machine were right in front of you, could you figure out how to shut it off?
I think so. But I'm on Mars, and the machine's on Terra.
That can be fixed. I'm taking you to Terra.
But you can't make it by 1600.
Good, Brian. Come on, Hap. Let's get him to the ship.
With Tessig locked securely in an aft compartment, the Terra 5 roars toward Terra. For the 10th time in the past hour, Happy has recomputed their vector, weighing space against time in endless calculations.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
What do you figure now, Hap? What's our ETA?
15:50 and 25 seconds.
Less than 10 minutes to get from the spaceport to the communications center.
And we don't know how much time Tessig will need to shut that thing off.
We could take more acceleration, but I don't know about Tessig back there. We've got to keep him healthy and alert.
When we drag him into communications, he'll be alert enough. He'll have to be to save his own skin.
I'll increase acceleration a little. We can cut down our travel time another 5 minutes. Hap, look at the rear view scope.
A spaceship on our tail. And it's gaining on us.
Looks like trouble.
Hold the door. The acceleration must be terrific.
It's probably under robot control. I'll challenge him and find out. Courier aboard Terra 5, calling spaceship. Now 5 DUs astern on our vector, following Space Meridian 125. Request identification. Acknowledge. Happy, stand by to fire space torpedo.
Standing by, sir. Still coming on.
Courier aboard Terra 5 to unidentified cruiser. You're on a collision course with this ship. Unless you acknowledge and change vector, you'll be fired upon.
Very well, Commander. Go ahead and fire.
It's Polidor, all right.
Polidor, we've changed vector and your ship is still tailing us. I'm giving you one more chance.
I'm on target, sir.
Fire stern torpedo 1.
Fire 1.
Surely you don't think I'm aboard the ship, Commander?
In a few seconds, there won't be a ship. Commander, the torpedo exploded short of the target. Something must have been wrong with the proximity fuse.
No, Cadet. This ship is protected by a force field. Your cosmic torpedoes will never reach me.
Commander, can we try it again?
It'll be a waste of time. The proximity fuses react to the force field instead of to the actual hull of the ship.
That's right. Keep firing if you like. Meanwhile, this robot ship will pursue you and ram you.
If we time it right, and wait till he gets real close.
No, we destroy by our own torpedo.
Exactly. You may as well face it, Corey. You will never reach Terra. And as you probably know by now, the communication center will be destroyed at 1600 hours. In a moment, Commander, my viewscope screen will go blank. And I'll know that you and the Terra 5 have been blasted to bits. Goodbye, Commander.
Sir, what can we do? Evasive tactics are no good. Polidor's robot keeps right on our tail.
Hap, put on a spacesuit, then shove a cosmic torpedo out of the cargo hatch. I'll cut down our acceleration.
Yes, sir, but what good will that do? The torpedo will have the same velocity as the ship. It'll stay right with us.
That's the idea. Hurry. Get that suit on. When you're ready to shove the torpedo out, signal me on your suit spaceophone. Now get going.
Happy to Commander Corey.
Go ahead, Hap.
The hatch is open. Torpedo's ready.
Have you disconnected the proximity fuse?
Yes, sir.
All right. Got to cut our acceleration. Push the torpedo out, but take it easy. It'll explode on contact.
That's clear of the ship, sir. But it's floating right along under us.
Good. The robot ship is gaining fast. Brace yourself and keep clear of that hatch. I'm blasting ahead on all rockets.
Okay, Commander.
Everything all right back there, Hap?
Yes, sir. But there was a big flash of light astern.
That was Polidor's robot ship colliding with a torpedo. When I accelerated, we pulled ahead fast and left the torpedo behind.
And the robot smacked it instead of us.
Check on Tessic before you come forward. I want him in good shape when we reach Terra.
It's 15:48 by the ship's chronometer when the Terra 5 roars to the Terra space lock. Buzz and Happy are rushed to the communications building in a surface car, holding the panic-stricken Tessic between them. A swift elevator drops them down to Power Section 4, where the infernal device is poised to hurl destructive current and deadly radiation through the huge building.
Come on, Tessic. Where is it?
It's in this room, there behind that panel.
Get to work and shut it off.
Make it snappy. It's awful close to 1600.
There it is.
It's already started. We're too late.
Just building up potential. It won't throw the current into the mainland until the power's up.
Well, don't just stand there. Shut it off.
Commander, I can't remember. I can't think straight. Let's get out of here.
There isn't time to get out. The only way you can save your own neck is to save everybody else. Now get to work.
I think this is the switch here.
Nothing happened.
That must be for one of the preliminary operations. Once it's underway, it can't be stopped. I can't think. I can't think. I can't think. If I turn the wrong switch, it would throw the power on ahead of time.
Tessic, you've only got a few seconds.
Quiet, Hap. Don't rattle him any more than he is.
You might as well all relax, gentlemen. There is nothing you can do.
Hold it. There's a detectascope in here, too.
I don't suppose, Commander, you'd like to spend your final minute of existence in explaining how you avoided my robot ship. When the viewscope went blank, I thought I had you.
Think him shut up. Let me think.
Now, how can Corey make me shut up when I'm safely on board?
Polidor, tell me how to stop this machine. Please.
He's not going to tell you. You've got to do it yourself, and you've got just 10 seconds.
But, Commander...
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I can't read.
2, 1. Something's gone wrong.
It's not going to go on.
Those fools, those bungling fools, There's only one thing that could be wrong. They forgot to set the final locking switch.
The locking switch?
Which one is that?
This one, right here. But it's in position.
That's all I wanted to know.
It's off. I don't understand. It was on before. Why didn't it work?
Happy, what time do you have?
Exactly 1600. Hey, my watch must be slow.
Pull it off. You're still listening. What time do you have?
35 seconds past 1600.
Right. By Mars local sun time. I was hoping you'd be too excited to remember there's 30 seconds difference.
But, Commander, you were counting off the seconds.
By Mars sun time. The machine was set by Universal Star time. Pull it off thought his machine was out of order and obligingly told us how to fix it.
Next time, Corey, you wouldn't be so lucky.
We'll meet again soon, Polidor. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Polidor. And next time, we'll fix your clock.
In just a moment, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure brought to you by Rice Chex and Wheat Chex, the bite-sized cereals in the red and white checkerboard packages.
Say, gang, are you walking around without your head?
Oh, Hap, how can anybody do that?
Smoking rockets, Commander. I mean the totem head. That's the greatest thing since heads were first invented.
Oh, I get it. And Space Patrollers, you want to get one of these spooky totem heads. You can see out, but nobody can see in. You've got to act right away. There's very little time left, and when this offer ends, it'll never be made again.
Don't be without your head when it's so easy to get a totem head. You just send your name and address and 25 cents together with the lid from a can of Nestle's Quick or a tracing of the front of the Quick label or a Rice Chex or Wheat Chex box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri.
Got that, boys and girls? It's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri.
Now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are trying to get out of a huge castle on the planet Venus, where Polidor is holding them prisoners. The two Space Patrollers are struggling, trying to open a heavy door.
It's locked. But in a castle this size, there must be more doors.
The chances are Polidor has them all locked.
Yeah, by electronic control. Commander, something smells strange.
I noticed it, too.
My eyes are burning.
Gotta try and pull it on and take our chances. He's filling the castle with poison gas.
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling story, The Robot of Vorcana. Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Mike Devery. Other players were Bela Kovach, Ken Mayer, Norman Jolly, and Stephen Robertson. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday for exciting action on Space Patrol! Space Patrol was brought to you today by Nestle's Quick for the greatest tasting chocolate milk and those famous Nestle's chocolate bars. Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program in your local ABC television station. Consult your newspaper for time and channel. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.